Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from New York City, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps, to continue our Thanksgiving week tradition, the Fall Classic. This is Survivor Series, live from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. 6 championships and not one, but 2 traditional Survivor Series elimination matches taking place right here tonight in these hallowed halls. Ladies and gentlemen, it would not be Survivor Series without a special appearance for the man who made his presence felt 33 years ago at this very event. The legendary, the phenom, the dead man, The Undertaker! As we arrive to the 2023 edition of this extraordinary event, we welcome you inside Madison Square Garden for what will be an historic evening. And what bigger way to kick off tonight's festivities than with a special appearance from the Hall of Famer and the man, as we mentioned, who made his WWE debut 33 years ago tonight. The Undertaker, a man synonymous with taking souls and digging holes, something we will see all throughout this evening when the best of Raw and SmackDown clash inside the squared circle. This is what Madison Square Garden is all about. Legends, moments, and tonight, maybe no bigger. If this doesn't scream to you the atmosphere, the aura, and the prestige that surrounds tonight, I don't know what will. Madison Square Garden, better known as the world's most famous arena, in New York City. The Undertaker makes his presence felt as we welcome you to the 2023 edition of WWE Survivor Series. In the heart of New York City, at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, the WWE Universe is about to witness a Thanksgiving week tradition, the Fall Classic Survivor Series. Tonight, the very foundation of SmackDown will be shaken as 2 titans collide for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, a reigning champion for 267 days, faces a formidable opponent in a man with a record of 18 wins and only 1 defeat since his debut last December. The Ring General, Gunther, may finally be the one to end McIntyre's historic reign. The stage is set for a battle of epic proportions. The road to Survivor Series has been a roller coaster ride filled with twists and turns. With Bobby Lashley sidelined due to injury, the Deadly Games Eliminator was born, and one man seized the opportunity. Tommaso Ciampa, rising steadily on Raw throughout this year, now faces his toughest challenge to date. Can he take down Seth Rollins in the biggest match of his career for the WWE Championship? Tonight isn't just about titles, it's about being the sole survivor. It's about being the last one standing, the one who defies the odds, the one who etches their name in the annals of Survivor Series history. Tonight is about creating unforgettable moments in these hallowed halls. 6 championships will be defended, and not one, but 2 traditional Survivor Series elimination matches will determine who stands tall as the sole survivors. The battle will be fierce, the stakes higher than ever. Survivor Series isn't just an event, it's a spectacle, a tradition, and a showcase of the very best in this industry. Tonight, in the city that never sleeps, legacies will be defined, alliances will be tested, and champions will rise. This is Survivor Series, where only the strongest will survive. In these hallowed halls of Madison Square Garden, legends have been made and moments have been created. Year after year, WWE brings spectacle after spectacle to New York City. And tonight, we continue that tradition. It is the 2023 Survivor Series. What moments will be made tonight in the world's most famous arena?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship.
And what better way to kick things off than with the always exciting Cruiserweight division from Friday Night SmackDown. We welcome you to Survivor Series here in Madison Square Garden in New York City for a night where 6 championships will be defended. And the first up right now as the Cruiserweight Championship of the World is on the line. Tonight's challenger, the invincible Mad Dragon himself, Ilja Dragunov, former Monday Night Raw superstar who jumped ship to Friday nights in the midst of the Cruiserweight Classic tournament. Of course, Dragunov defeating Axiom, JD McDonough, Ricochet, and ultimately Johnny Gargano in the finals of the CWC to win the Cruiserweight Classic back in the beginning of October. Not only with that victory in the tournament did he move to Friday Night SmackDown, but by default earning himself a Cruiserweight Championship matchup, which takes place right here tonight at Survivor Series. Of course, it is not going to be an easy task for Dragunov, as opposing him inside that squared circle is the leader of Legado del Fantasma, the Emperor of Lucha Libre, Santos Escobar, who is in the midst of his 3rd reign as Cruiserweight Champion and has held that gold since May the 14th of this year. But if anybody can do it, if anybody can win the big one, under the pressure of the Big Apple, look no further than Ilja Dragunov, the man who won the Intercontinental Championship earlier this year on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, and defended it week in and week out for several months on Monday Night Raw. But can Dragunov get the job done here at Survivor Series with the Cruiserweight Championship on the line? Dragunov certainly focused as always, but so is going to be his opponent here this evening. The WWE Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar, as we mentioned, in the midst of his 3rd reign with that Cruiserweight gold that is around his waist. He defeated Rey Mysterio back at Vengeance in May to win that championship for the 3rd time. Since that night, he has retained the gold in a 3rd and final matchup against Rey Mysterio back in June at King of the Ring. Who remembers the Extreme Lucha Rules match? What a brutal night that was in Philadelphia. Since then, Escobar has defended not once but twice against Chad Gable. He has defeated JD McDonough in a championship matchup, and just a few short weeks ago, taking down Noam Dar in his home of Glasgow, Scotland on Friday Night SmackDown. Escobar has certainly had a stranglehold at the top of the Cruiserweight division, and a man who has really earned the respect of the locker room as well as the WWE Universe. But at the end of the day, when that bell sounds, all respect goes out the window, and what Escobar is hoisting high above his head is what matters most, the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. This is going to be a great way to kick things off here on what is going to be an already epic night at Survivor Series. Dragunov, Escobar representing the blue brand, Friday Night SmackDown. Let's send things down to the ring for your official match introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilja Dragunov. And his opponent from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 200 pounds, he is the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Santos Escobar.
Well, I am hyped up for this one here tonight. Ilja Dragunov fighting through 4 rounds of the Cruiserweight Classic back in the fall and has made his way to Survivor Series tonight. Really the culmination of months of hard work for that man, the challenger, the Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov. But Santos Escobar, no matter the challenger, has turned away some of the best in the division. Can he keep that momentum sky high here tonight at Survivor Series? All remains to be seen as the bell has sounded and we are underway. Cruiserweight Championship is on the line. Remember what happened this past Friday night on SmackDown? Ilja Dragunov alongside the young Nathan Frazier, taking down Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde of Legado del Fantasma. But that was in tag team action. Tonight is a singles affair against the man of the Legado del Fantasma head honcho, if you will, Santos Escobar. Certainly a different playing field and high stakes, and certainly high reward with the Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Ilja Dragunov known for his strikes, known for his hard hitting, and somebody who really thrives off of pain inside the squared circle. None of those contests that Dragunov was successful in the Cruiserweight Classic were certainly easy affairs, but Dragunov fought back in the end and was willing to do any means necessary to get the victory. As we just saw right there, taking things to the outside, Dragunov not really known. Oh my goodness! Rolling Death Valley driver. On the outside of the ring especially, some added impact to the champion. Nonetheless, as we were about to mention, Dragunov not really known for taking things to the air. That is more in the forte of Santos Escobar, but also, as we just mentioned, Ilja Dragunov willing to do any means necessary to get that 1-2-3. Beautiful counter there and a snap German. Down goes the champion. But credit where credit's due. We're talking about Ilja Dragunov and how we've seen him fight through pain and fight back in some of the worst situations. What about the champion, Santos Escobar, who looks to take control? A series of matches with Rey Mysterio earlier this year really helped establish Santos Escobar and really gain that respect with the WWE Universe and a lot of his peers in the locker room. Escobar in that 2 out of 3 falls Extreme Lucha Rules match that we mentioned moments ago, back at King of the Ring in June, defeating the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio in a matchup that nobody is ever going to forget. Escobar looking good right now against Ilja Dragunov. Santos Escobar, you got to wonder what his strategy is going to come into this matchup. He has faced such a versatile list of challengers. Talking about Rey Mysterio and then JD McDonough, Noam Dar. Not 1 but 2 matches with Chad Gable, first at No Mercy and then at the Cruiserweight Classic finale. It's an incredible contest, but Escobar was able to fight through some of the best on SmackDown in the Cruiserweight division and retain his title. But will it be the same tonight? Right now, he's looking pretty good against Ilja Dragunov. Dragunov, however, creates some distance and able to take Escobar off his feet. And that is where Dragunov is so dangerous, knows how to throw all of his limbs to take out his opponent. Whether it be chops or closed fists, kicks, strikes, anything Dragunov can think up in that mind of his. Here's Escobar getting a full head of steam behind him, doing what he does best with a tope suicida through the ropes. And a little bit of a exclamation point on that as Escobar hit the ropes prior to sending his own body down a ringside. Santos Escobar again looking to put that exclamation point off that tope suicida and now trying to wear down Ilja Dragunov on the outside of the ring, but Dragunov, realizing his surroundings, not going to allow any of it. There's a counter by Escobar. And Cruiserweight Championship on the line. This may be the most anticipated Cruiserweight title match of the year. Talking about the reign of Santos Escobar and everything Ilja Dragunov did to earn this matchup tonight. Certainly a test between the champion and the challenger to see who is going to sit on the throne of the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown. Escobar might have just knocked Dragunov's lights out, at least momentarily. On the outside of the ring here, Ilja Dragunov not trying to allow this offense to continue by Escobar, and Santos not afraid to get his hands dirty. Sending Dragunov head first right into the ring post. Some respect may be there, but this New York crowd not really endearing themselves to Santos Escobar. I got a feeling Ilja Dragunov, who competed in the CWC not too far from here in the Hammerstein Ballroom in Manhattan, New York, is really a fan favorite here tonight in the Big Apple. Dragunov trying to take down Escobar. Wait a minute, turns his back momentarily, and a poison rana by the champion. Can never turn your back on somebody who has had the success that Santos Escobar has had. Not able to get the 3 count, but obvious damage done. And now Santos looking to stack up the offense. And Dragunov able to survive again, but obvious damage done to the challenger. Escobar knows that, just gonna bring this thing to a ground and pound if need be. Certainly a couple of big-time maneuvers there, stacking up for the champion, and there's another one. Escobar takes a lot of inspiration from the late, great Eddie Guerrero. He's had some moments himself here in Madison Square Garden. Nobody will ever forget WrestleMania 20. Eddie Guerrero retaining his WWE Championship against Kurt Angle. Escobar with a almost frog splash-like maneuver moments ago. But Dragunov is still into this matchup. Now Escobar just trying to think up another game plan to try to wear down the invincible challenger. They don't call him the Mad Dragon for nothing. Willing to absorb any means necessary when it comes to the length of punishment. All to try to get the victory. It's Escobar again, but this time off the middle buckle. It almost hurt a little bit more, not having the same trajectory coming off with that splash. Doubles up on it. And Santos still isn't done. Going for a 3-peat here. Down he goes, and Dragunov's ribcage gotta be begging for mercy. But he's still into this thing. Ilja Dragunov's heart is still pumping. Escobar going high risk, high reward. You better be thanking his lucky stars it worked out for him that time. A 3-peat of splashes inside of the ring, but Ilja Dragunov explodes with the lariat. And Santos able to kick out, able to survive, and retain his title 1 moment longer. Oh man, what a comeback for Ilja Dragunov. Huge lariat. Escobar not gonna allow. Oh, he almost had him there. Close call by the champion. Ilja Dragunov was trying to gain some momentum. Escobar not gonna allow it. Tried to get the quick pinfall there, and now look at Dragunov doing what he does best, ragdolling his opponent in a sense, and hitting it with those couple of huge strikes. And Escobar really getting to his feet and hurrying up that time. You saw Dragunov start to make his way to the corner. Could have been trying to build momentum for that Torpedo Moscow that has knocked out so many of opponents. What a great contest this has been for the Cruiserweight Championship. Very prestigious gold on Friday nights. And Dragunov again. A couple of hard chops. One of the hardest hitters in the business today. Escobar is going to be feeling those ones on Monday morning, I assure you. But who is going to be the champion? All remains to be seen as Escobar now trying to regroup, but Dragunov has got other plans. So versatile is the challenger. Great strength shown. Escobar's down, and wait a minute. Dragunov's wheels are spinning in the corner. I think we know what comes next. Torpedo Moscow! Dead center of the ring. And we have ourselves a new Cruiserweight Champion of the World. Well, Santos Escobar wore that gold proud, but tonight belongs to the Mad Dragon, to the invincible Ilja Dragunov. A huge comeback in the home stretch. The lariat, the Torpedo Moscow, and the 1-2-3 for championship victory here tonight in the world's most famous arena.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Ilja Dragunov.
Ilja Dragunov had an incredible performance in the Cruiserweight Classic, and it all led to this moment tonight. Madison Square Garden House, a huge victory in the career of the Mad Dragon as he has taken home the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. On Sunday night, December the 10th, the end is here. It's the final live premiere event of 2023 as the Warriors of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown descend upon Detroit, Michigan for Armageddon. What will this unholy evening have in store as the toughest competitors look to make their final mark of 2023, December the 10th at Armageddon? Be sure to join us Sunday night, December the 10th in Detroit for the 2023 Armageddon.
The following contest is an Elimination Match. Introducing first, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Well, it is time for your first of two traditional Survivor Series elimination matches. One of my favorite matches, and one of the reasons why Survivor Series is one of my personal favorite events on the WWE calendar. First up is the Friday Night SmackDown half of the elimination contest tonight. Team Austin Theory taking on Team Edge. And the Apex Predator Randy Orton has not been in a good mood over the last month, ever since losing what could have possibly been his final World Championship opportunity for the time being against Drew McIntyre last month in Cardiff at Clash at the Castle. Orton's had run-ins with everybody on the opposing team, especially recently taking down Johnny Gargano on SmackDown about a month and change ago, fought Rey Mysterio on the season premiere of the Blue brand. And his history with the Rated R Superstar more decorated than ever. Just 1 year ago at this event, Orton and Edge clashed in the main event inside Hell in a Cell. What a night that was last year at Survivor Series. Well, nonetheless, Randy Orton not coming into this thing alone tonight. He has got a side full of young, hungry SmackDown superstars looking to make their name in the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. And here comes the blue chipper of Friday nights.
And his partners from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, Braun Breaker.
You know, Survivor Series, and especially these traditional Survivor Series elimination matches, have really helped propel the careers of superstars of tomorrow, and it could really do the same thing for Braun Breaker and company here tonight. Randy Orton obviously been to the dance many a times. When you look at Breaker, Grayson Waller, and the team captain Austin Theory, tonight could be a night where they really take the next step in their WWE careers, especially in all places of Madison Square Garden. A guy like Braun Breaker, who's been waiting for his opportunity, ready to take the next step on SmackDown all year long. You get the job done in New York City. Your name won't be forgotten anytime soon. And we may be in NYC, but the Aussie icon and the newest comer to Friday Night SmackDown looking to make some noise tonight at Survivor Series.
And from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 206 pounds, Grayson Waller.
Well, you know, Grayson Waller's been in a bit of a rough patch since joining Friday Night, has yet to see victory, has fell to the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and has some issues with one of the men opposing him tonight, that being the one and only Ricochet. Remember last month in London, England, Ricochet taking down Grayson Waller on the Halloween edition of SmackDown. Nonetheless, Grayson Waller back in action here tonight on the Blue brand and looking to again make some noise and be alongside his running buddy as of late, Austin Theory. What could possibly be again a big time victory for these couple of young stars and the Apex Predator Randy Orton himself. Nonetheless, Here comes your team captain, the young Austin Theory, hot off a victory against Edge last month in Cardiff.
And from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory.
You want to talk about that matchup against Edge last month at Clash at the Castle? It was Austin Theory's first time defeating Edge in singles action. Unfortunately, that momentum short-lived for Austin Theory, as just a few days later took on Drew McIntyre for the World Championship on SmackDown. And in case you're blind, you don't see a World Championship around Theory's waist. That basically tells you the result of what happened on that night in London. Nonetheless, Theory and Edge, these two men have been intertwined here and there over the last year, but especially over the last few months on SmackDown. And tonight, they write the next chapter. Theory leads its squad. Edge leads the squad. Who will be the sole survivors and the last man standing here tonight at Survivor Series?
You think you know me?
Well, one team is set. And here comes the opposing team captain, the Rated R Superstar, Edge. This is certainly not Edge's first dance in these hallowed halls, and it may not be his last, but Edge is walking down the aisle tonight with purpose, looking to lead his team to victory here at the Survivor Series.
And from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 249 pounds,
Well, Edge, as we mentioned, the history with Austin Theory and the last time those two men clashed, but Edge is hot off the heels of a victory 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, teaming up with the World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre, those two men taking down Imperium's Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser. Gotta wonder if Edge is eyeing up that World Championship match later tonight, maybe looking for one more shot. All remains to be seen, but he better stay focused on the task at hand as Edge leads a team, and certainly a convincing one, into battle.
And from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano.
Well, we caught up with Johnny Gargano earlier today, who was perfectly honest in saying he is not 100% coming into this matchup tonight. And that is a result of 48 hours ago on SmackDown when Gargano went one-on-one with the #1 contender to the World Championship, Gunther. And man, oh man, what a clash it was in the main event of SmackDown. Gargano bringing the fight to Gunther, but in the end, the ring general really turning up the volume and using Gunther as a pawn to send a message to Drew McIntyre. Gargano ate that power bomb dead center of the ring, and it was a wrap from there. Gargano honest with his results and honest with his conditions coming into this matchup tonight. How will that fare for not only himself, but all of Team Edge heading into this matchup? All remains to be seen, Johnny Gargano, and how he is going to fare in this matchup. But here comes the human highlight reel of Friday Night SmackDown. The one, the only, Ricochet!
And from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 190 pounds, Ricochet!
Well, you know, we talked about moments ago what happened last year at Survivor Series. Edge and Randy Orton inside Hell in a Cell. But what about Ricochet? 12 months ago at this very event, he was successfully defending his Cruiserweight Championship at the time, the title that Ilja Dragunov just brought home moments ago. So some great history at this event for the one and only Ricochet. He's looking to make some more here tonight as his rise on SmackDown continues. And what an opportunity this could be for the man they call the human highlight reel to take the next step on the blue brand, possibly eyeing up some future championship opportunities, is the one and the only. Certainly an awesome squad thus far, but one more piece remaining. You got the team captain Edge. You got the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano, the one and only Ricochet. How's about we add another Hall of Famer, the master of the 619, the greatest mask of all time, Rey Mysterio is in MSG.
And from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio!
Well, Rey Mysterio has really seen a bad luck streak on SmackDown over the last few months. Finally cracked it 48 hours ago, taking down Braun Breaker in a matchup that really played into the momentum of tonight at Survivor Series. Rey has got to feel good getting that W, a much-needed W for the Hall of Famer. But now all eyes turn to this matchup. Team Austin Theory versus Team Edge, your first of two traditional Survivor Series elimination matches, and we are underway. And look at the two men starting. Team Captain Edge going to lead by example. Austin Theory not interested in those affairs. Randy Orton going to start out with a man he knows very well. Well, at least momentarily, Grayson Waller going to tag himself in. Very interested to see how all these egos on the Austin Theory side of the ring are going to clash tonight. If they do clash, let's not make assumptions. Nonetheless, look at this all-star lineup of SmackDown superstars in the ring. SmackDown certainly dominating a lot of the card here tonight at Survivor Series. In your main event here in Madison Square Garden later tonight, the World Heavyweight Championship to be on the line as Drew McIntyre defends the gold against Gunther. United States Championship on the line as well. AJ Styles challenging Cody Rhodes. Cody has had a lot of clashes with multiple men in this ring throughout this year. Going to be an awesome night for the Blue Brand, as it's already been here at Survivor Series. Randy Orton getting tagged back in. Johnny Gargano now the legal man. Johnny Gargano's got to be coming into this. Eyeing up Randy Orton, looking to get that victory back from a few weeks ago. Randy Orton kept down Johnny Gargano in that first time ever collision. Johnny Wrestling's got to be looking to get that W back. Remember what we said moments ago, Johnny Gargano, although looking good since getting tagged in, said it himself, not feeling 100% tonight. Falling to Gunther on SmackDown, making the trip from Ohio to here in New York City over the last 48 hours. Tried his best to rest and recuperate, but when you got Randy Orton inside the ropes with you, Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, and Grayson Waller all waiting in the wind. Gotta wonder what Gargano, I should say how Gargano is going to be able to adapt in this match. Nonetheless, Grayson Waller, the Aussie icon, back in here. Remember, pinfall or submission. Only two of the ways you can get eliminated in this matchup. Count out, disqualification at hand as well. The only way we're going to see a victor here in this match is when a complete team has been eliminated. The sole survivors will be the last men standing after the final pinfall. Grayson Waller, what a night it could be for him here in Madison Square Garden. If he could not only be on the winning team, but also be a sole survivor for Team Austin Theory here tonight. A man who has only had a handful of SmackDown matches since its debut back in late September and is yet to see a victory. Grayson Waller can certainly have New York City and those around the world remembering his name here tonight. As well, wait a minute! Braun Breaker getting tagged in and not going after any of the men who are legal in this contest. Braun Breaker just ambushing everybody on the side of Team Edge, and luckily Johnny Gargano caught some of them that time. But meaner than evil, Braun Breaker trying to make a statement. Took out Edge, went after Rey Mysterio, knocked down Ricochet. Mysterio's fired up. The referee's got to make sure she can gain some control in this match. At any given moment, this thing can blow out of proportion, absolutely. Certainly with all the talent and all the egos, I expect nothing less. This Braun Breaker belly-to-belly suplex on an already hurt Johnny Gargano. Edge breaking things up here. That's another thing you got to keep your eye on in this matchup. A lot of bodies moving in and around the ring. It's going to be very hard to secure a pinfall or submission as this matchup progresses. Same thing goes for later tonight. Traditional Survivor Series matchup from Raw. Team Karrion Kross, led by Kross, alongside Solo Sikoa. In the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor set to take on Team Sheamus, consisting of the Celtic Warrior himself, the World Tag Team Champions Butch and Ridge Holland, as well as the prize fighter, Kevin Owens. Right now, Braun Breaker has got Johnny Gargano worse for wear. Gargano has not been the same since taking that belly-to-belly suplex a few moments ago. Now hoisted in the air. Look at the strength of Breakker. Big time press slam. Gargano eats the canvas for Thanksgiving dinner. And oh, wait a minute here. Breakker eyeing up Johnny wrestling with an emphatic spear. Gargano came into this matchup nowhere close to 100% and just got knocked down a few more pegs after that spear. Unfortunately for him, Breakker is not done. Press slam, and down goes Gargano, dead center of the ring. Into the cover this time. And that'll do it. Johnny Gargano eliminated. Looks like Ricochet, your legal competitor in this matchup. I believe so. Taking out Randy Orton and going after Braun Breakker. The first casualty of this matchup comes with the man who competed against Gunther on SmackDown. Obviously a detriment to Team Edge tonight. It was a huge elimination for Braun Breakker and company, especially early on in this matchup. Now the disadvantage goes to Team Edge, and that's where these kind of matches over the years have gotten so interesting. 1 elimination, 2 eliminations. We could see some very interesting situations. 4-on-3, 4-on-2, 2-on-2. You could see a whole team against one sole survivor of another. That's what makes these traditional Survivor Series matches so dangerous for the participants involved. Ricochet looking to build some momentum for Team Edge. Into the cover, but Randy Orton right there. Not going to allow it, plus Breakker still with some life left in him. But look at this, look at Ricochet going into the air. Unfortunately not watching his awareness. Breakker out of the way. They're going to make Ricochet pay for taking things to the sky. And you got to wonder if Johnny Gargano and his condition was discussed with Team Edge strategy-wise earlier tonight. If Gargano possibly felt he was going to be the weakest link on the team, and as you just saw, eliminated, did Edge and company come in with a backup plan, a B plan, a C plan, so on and so forth? They're at a disadvantage right now. 4-on-3 handicap match this has turned into. Braun Breakker, huge tag to the Aussie icon Grayson Waller. Oh, big shot. Ricochet caught off guard. Blockbuster unprettier. That's it. Ricochet hitting the showers, and things just went from bad to worse for Edge and Rey Mysterio. Oh man, I'm not sure who your legal competitor is right now, whether it's Rey or Edge. Nonetheless, Rey Mysterio taking the fight to Grayson Waller, trying to not even things up, but trying to get the score a little bit more in the favor of the Rated R Superstar. 619 and a frog splash. Cover to Waller. Thanks for coming. Well, there you go. After Ricochet's elimination, Rey Mysterio taking out the Aussie icon Grayson Waller and bringing things to a 2-3 matchup here in this traditional Survivor Series warfare. Man, that is the chaos that is these elimination contests. One of the reasons that this Thanksgiving week tradition has become so special for the last 30+ years. Austin Theory, the team captain, in there with Rey Mysterio off the blockbuster. To no avail that time. As you see, Ricochet hitting the showers thanks to Grayson Waller. Rey Mysterio catching Waller with the 619. And the frog splash springboard moments ago, able to knock Team Theory down a peg, but nonetheless, Team Edge still at a disadvantage momentarily. Austin Theory alongside Braun Breakker and Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio and Edge. Got a lot of history with each other. Not only on the opposite sides of the ring, but certainly on the same side as well. You remember 2002, Mysterio and Edge were defending their tag team titles here at Survivor Series in this very building, Madison Square Garden. And I believe Randy Orton tagged himself in moments ago and just took advantage. A DDT, high elevation to Rey Mysterio. Randy Orton slithering like a snake into that tag, and now back comes in the Captain Austin Theory, who hoists Mysterio in the air and catches him with an 8-count down. Mysterio in trouble. Luckily for him, his heart is still pumping, and the will to succeed presses on Team Edge one moment forward. That was a close call that time. Edge, the team captain, in jeopardy of going down 3-1. How Mysterio was able to survive that DDT, followed by the A-Town down, really speaks volumes to his Hall of Fame career, to say the least. And now a small package by Rey, trying to get the pinfall here. I believe referee said Austin Theory's shoulders weren't down. Tough luck for Mysterio that time. Man, so much action to keep up with in this traditional Survivor Series tag team match as the action gets taken to the outside. Mysterio's got to keep fighting here. Captain on the apron, that being the Rated R superstar Edge, and certainly two men who, as we just mentioned, got a lot of history fighting side by side. Edge and Rey Mysterio. And maybe that history is going to help them survive this disadvantage right now after the tag to Edge. There's some double team action. And for the first time since Clash at the Castle, we see Edge and Austin Theory inside the ring. Execution. Oh, Randy Orton says otherwise. Edge doesn't care if it was the team captain or a soldier in the ranks. Trying to get the elimination that time to even the score. Unfortunately, the numbers at the disadvantage of the Rated R superstar. And there's Austin Theory with a drop toe hold. Theory finally got the victory he was oh so searching for last month in Cardiff, Wales. Not looking to give it right back to Edge here tonight in the Garden. There's a tag made to the man who defeated Edge 1 year ago here at Survivor Series for the WWE Championship, Randy Orton. These two men have clashed throughout this year as well. Edge defeated Randy Orton on SmackDown back in July. Randy Orton defeated Edge back at SummerSlam in August. Almost a never-ending rivalry between the Apex Predator and the Rated R superstar. We're talking about these two men in this kind of matchup. Edge and Orton once co-captained the team back in 2006. Didn't really go too hot for them then. Oh no, man, Edge trying to go for a dive. Orton moved out of the way momentarily. Luckily, Mysterio not allowing Orton to take control, sent him back inside the squared circle. And the fight continues. And the referee has certainly got her hands full trying to keep up with all this action. The matchup, Edge taking down Theory. Scaring Breaker off the apron. Fighting out from the numbers. Back up against the wall. Orton. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and a spear by Edge.
Randy has been eliminated.
And that is gonna feel good for Edge. A spear to Orton, the 1, 2, 3, and this thing is all tied up. Austin Theory, the team captain alongside the blue chipper of SmackDown, Braun Breaker. Edge, the team captain, alongside Rey Mysterio. 4-on-4 becomes 2-on-2. Edge and Braun Breaker seeing each other for, I believe, the second time in their SmackDown careers. Never fought one-on-one. They clashed in a big 8-man tag back in the month of July. Braun Breaker now the legal competitor. And man, again, that has to feel good for Edge, especially tonight of all nights here at Survivor Series. Reminded of the wounds from 1 year ago inside Hell in the Cell with Randy Orton. To come back 1 year later and eliminate Orton from this very matchup has got to feel good. But oh, wait. Braun Breaker muscling up Edge and things going deep south for Edge. Eliminating the team captain. May not just yet. Edge survives. Close call that time. And Braun Breaker, there's a spear! To the man who has done it best over the years. Oh, wait a minute! Edge bounces back with a spear of his own. Not able to take advantage was the blue chipper, but he kicks out that time. My goodness. Eye for an eye. Breaker with the press slam, followed by a spear to Edge himself. Breaker not able to capitalize. Edge springs up with a spear of his own. Unfortunately, no 3 count, and we are still at a 2v2 matchup. Now a tag made to Rey Mysterio. Maybe some fresh legs will get Edge and Rey the advantage in this match for the first time. There's either been an even playing field or Team Austin Theory taking control. Rey and Edge trying to survive right now. Breaker sent to the ropes. Gonna feel the same result as 48 hours ago on SmackDown. 619, frog splash by Rey into the cover. Elimination!
Has been eliminated.
And it is all down to the captain himself, Austin Theory. Mysterio going back-to-back eliminations, pinfalls against Braun Breaker, first on SmackDown, now tonight here in the Garden. Now it is down for the first time in this match. Advantage Team Edge against the sole captain, Austin Theory. Look at Mysterio, pedal to the metal, tornado DDT, down goes the man from A-Town. Mysterio fired up after that elimination and tags in Edge, who is going to be salivating at his fingertips to try to get this final nail in the coffin of a long storied rivalry against Austin Theory. And the Rated R Superstar looking good momentarily. And what a match this has been here tonight at Survivor Series. These all-star lineup from SmackDown as Edge, big-time Canadian Destroyer. And going for the cover to bring this thing to a close. Not just yet, Austin Theory. Soul man left or not is not going to allow Edge to get his comeuppance here tonight. Edge, however, with different plans as he sends Austin Theory into the ropes. And how is Austin Theory going to fight out from this? It's one thing to keep down one of these Hall of Famers, then you got to try to battle another. Theory finds himself between a rock and a hard place, and I'll try to be unbiased, but it couldn't happen to a better guy. Theory, wait a minute, gets caught with a middle buckle spear. Edge all kinds of fired up, into the cover. And not able to get the pinfall. It's been well documented, the change in trajectory for Edge off the middle buckle. Some added impact, but still not the same result as his normal finishing maneuver. Oh, wait a minute, Theory creating some distance, and now buckles Edge on the knee. Will that do it? Not just yet, Edge is still alive. And we are right back where we left off between Austin Theory and Edge last month in Principality Stadium when Austin Theory finally got that solo win against Edge. And Theory better turn around, trying to turn his sights against Rey Mysterio. Turned his back to the Rated R Superstar, and Edge made him pay. Theory needs to focus on one task at a time. Back and forth, the momentum starts to swing. Wait a minute, face first off the canvas goes Edge. And a reversal that time. Edge too fired up, and a spear to Austin Theory. You can't keep down the adrenaline of the Hall of Famer. And that is a victory for Team Edge here tonight at Survivor Series. Well, it was trouble early on as Johnny Gargano and Ricochet fell, but the two Hall of Famers carrying the weight and getting the victory over the Young Guns alongside Randy Orton in this 4-on-4 SmackDown clash.
Here are your winners: Edge, Johnny Gargano, Ricochet, and Rey Mysterio.
Gargano and Ricochet back inside the squared circle to celebrate with the two sole survivors, Rey Mysterio and the team captain, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Man, what a four-man team that is, and a huge night in Madison Square Garden, especially for the team captain who secures victory tonight at Survivor Series. But coming up next from Monday Night Raw, it is an Extreme Rules match with a lot of vengeance on the mind of the man Becky Lynch as she tries to take down the Eradicator and take away her grasp at the WWE Women's Championship of Monday Night Raw. In the tumultuous tapestry of 2023, one name has stood resilient amidst the storm of emotions: Becky Lynch. Her return to the squared circle in January marked a triumphant victory inside the Elimination Chamber, a monumentous high that would only be eclipsed by the shadows of despair on the grandest stage. Ups and downs defined her path back to the #1 contendership, a relentless pursuit fueled by an unquenchable thirst for redemption. Now, she stands at the precipice of an ultimate challenge. The dangerous and dominant champion, the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley. Ripley, a force to be reckoned with. etched her name in history by capturing the Money in the Bank contract in July and successfully cashing in her golden opportunity last September. The Judgment Day era dawned as Rhea Ripley staked her claim atop Monday Night Raw. However, standing in her way is the relentless man Becky Lynch. Last month in Cardiff, Becky Lynch fell to Rhea Ripley, a defeat that left the man unsettled, angered, and hungry for redemption. Ambushed from behind and embarrassed in her hometown, Becky Lynch is now hell-bent on retribution. The ante has been up for this highly anticipated rematch. Rhea Ripley is set to defend her WWE Women's Championship against Becky Lynch in none other than an Extreme Rules match. Will the added stipulation, combined with the fire burning inside Becky Lynch, be enough to topple this dominating force? Or will Rhea Ripley's stranglehold on Monday Night Raw continue? The stage is set, the battleground is ready. In an Extreme Rules match, Becky Lynch seeks redemption, while Rhea Ripley aims to solidify her reign. Who will emerge victorious? The answers will unfold in a clash where rules are thrown aside, and only the best of the best will rise.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match and is for the WWE Women's Championship.
The WWE Women's Championship of Monday Night Raw is on the line, and the stakes couldn't be any higher, and the environment couldn't be any more dangerous as the man and the Eradicator enter an Extreme Rules affair. Becky Lynch and her story throughout 2023 has been the chase of the women's title. Whether it was winning the Elimination Chamber and challenging Asuka for the gold back at WrestleMania, or whether it was challenging just last month at Clash at the Castle against Rhea Ripley. Some unfortunate defeats have tried to derail the mindset, the eyesight, the path of Becky Lynch. But she has kept her focus clear all year long. Through ups and downs, she has eyed the WWE Women's Championship and eyed the spot at the division, shall I say the top spot at the division, that she oh so desires. Things have really taken to the next stage over the last month and change on Raw. Back and forth between Becky and Rhea, attacks from behind, ambushes, brawls, and we just saw this past Monday night. It was only fitting that these two women settled the score once and for all in a matchup when there's no disqualifications, no countouts, and the championship is, of course, at stake. But Becky Lynch has certainly got her hands full with the Eradicator, the Nightmare of the Judgment Day, the WWE Women's Champion. Rhea Ripley won that championship just a couple of months ago, but has been dominant ever since strapping the gold around her waist. Dare I say the most feared superstar in the entire women's locker room, spanning all across the WWE. And that is for good reason. Rhea Ripley has turned away some of the best, not just over the last few months, but over her entire WWE career. And even with her back up against the wall, and let's face it, at the top of 2023, was even an afterthought in the women's division. Rhea Ripley, credit where it's due, rose from the ashes and absolutely staked her claim where she believes, and she has proven that she belongs at the top of the WWE. And it's only fitting that Madison Square Garden host this clash between two megastars of the women's division, the Nightmare Rhea Ripley and the man Becky Lynch. In New York City, a city no stranger to hardcore environments, will house this Extreme Rules matchup where anything goes, and there must be a winner here tonight. Women's Championship of Raw is on the line. Let's send things down to the ring for your official match introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, Becky Lynch. And her opponent from Adelaide, Australia, she is the WWE Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley.
It was just this past Monday night on Raw, Rhea Ripley's matchup with Xia Li thrown out thanks to the Becky Lynch attack. And a brawl that ensued in the aisleway. Of course, Becky stepped in to take on Xia Li later in the night, picked up a huge victory, and then moments after was met with another brawl with Rhea Ripley in the aisleway. That was, of course, after we already thought Rhea Ripley left the building. Nonetheless, we are here. The bell has sounded, and it's time to settle the score here at Survivor Series. Ripley right off the attack. In a very similar situation than Clash at the Castle, trying to get things done early against Becky Lynch or throw Becky off her game plan. And it was a great wrestling matchup. Make no ends if or buts about it. Last month in Cardiff, Wales, between these two women, and Rhea Ripley was simply the better of the two. But tonight is certainly a different playing field. No holds and no restrictions in this matchup. All remains to be seen how the stipulation is going to play into the result. But right now, Rhea Ripley showing that she doesn't need any extreme warfare to take down Becky Lynch from bell to bell. You gotta imagine the pressure is on for the man tonight after she has been searching for the WWE Women's Championship all year long, has had multiple opportunities. This may feel like the final opportunity, at least for the time being, if Becky cannot get the job done. Rhea Ripley, who is only about 2 months into her championship reign, is because of reasons like that, ragdolling her opponents, not looking to let up her stranglehold on the title just yet. Absolutely a scary and intimidating presence inside the ring, outside the ring, and now add in the use of the extreme, oh my God, rules stipulation. Rhea Ripley grabbing that ladder. And how poetic. You remember a few weeks ago, Becky pulled out a ladder. First thing she saw from underneath the apron, smashed Rhea Ripley right in the nose with it, and then slamming Rhea right on the cold, hard steel. Obviously, the Eradicator has not forgotten, looking for some revenge for her own tonight. Becky Lynch, however, trying to stay the course. Fight through this early offense from Rhea Ripley. And if she can survive that, maybe she can survive the later rounds of this championship match. Nice takeover there. And Becky going for the pinfall. Only on 1 count. It's going to take a lot more to keep this nightmare down. The Extreme Rules stipulation on this match, that may be Becky Lynch's best friend when she's in there with somebody the superstar caliber of Rhea Ripley. Not saying Becky Lynch can't get the job done. We know she can, but at the end of the day, the last time these two women fought from bell to bell, Rhea was the better woman. Make no mistake about it, these two women actually went one-on-one back in August on Monday Night Raw, and Becky Lynch picked up the victory on that night, but many have speculated, and I may agree, that that was a different Rhea Ripley several months ago. And Rhea showcasing why she is just on another level. Ragdolling Becky Lynch over the top rope down to the floor, and Becky, thankfully for her, just missed that ladder. Rhea Ripley, ever since she won that Women's Championship, has just been taken to the next level. More dangerous, more dominant, more intimidating than ever. Becky Lynch is certainly fighting with her back up against the wall tonight. Not a position she is necessarily not familiar with. But can Becky defy the odds again here in Madison Square Garden? Trying to knock Rhea Ripley off her feet. Hopefully keep her there for the 1, 2, 3 eventually, but it's one thing about Rhea Ripley. It's a whole thing to knock her down, but to keep her down is where these women struggle. Rhea is so tough from bell to bell. So is Becky Lynch, but who is going to have the endurance to outfight the other, have that intestinal fortitude to make it to the end and leave the Garden as the champion? Oh, man. Becky looking to snap that arm out of the socket. Possibly to apply the disarmor later on, trying to soften up the nightmare. Maybe even take away some of the power game of Rhea Ripley. So far, no avail. Becky Lynch just getting sent over the top rope with near ease by the champion. Directing her sights to that ladder that she introduced moments ago. Again, Becky used the ladder to knock down Rhea a few weeks back on Raw. Rhea out for retribution here tonight at Survivor Series. But Becky Lynch knocking the champion off her feet. Can she keep her there? Into the cover, not just yet. You know, with the Women's World Championship, the new title for Friday Night SmackDown to be decided later on tonight. This is, of course, the Women's Championship of Monday Night Raw. Who is going to stake their claim on the red brand as the top woman on Monday nights? Oh, my goodness. Becky Lynch, the first one to come in contact with any sort of plunder in this matchup. Face first off the ladder and again. Rhea Ripley getting that retribution for the ladder being used against her a few weeks ago on Raw. Into the cover to retain the title. Becky Lynch still alive, but obvious damage done to the #1 contender. Rhea Ripley came in with a game plan tonight. We've really yet to see Becky utilize the use of Extreme Rules. However, Rhea Ripley taking the fullest advantage. She's got a table and sliding it inside the ring. Becky Lynch trying to go at her, and luckily able to knock Rhea Ripley down with that clothesline. Becky put everything she had into that little bit of offense right there, but gotta imagine Becky is hurting off that contact with the steel ladder. Now Becky, not only out to win the championship tonight, but out for her own revenge after Rhea Ripley ambushed her on multiple occasions. Gotta imagine, really point the blame at the champion for really being the one that upped the ante in this whole situation, ambushing Becky Lynch during that homecoming in Dublin, Ireland a few weeks ago. Big time back body drop on the outside. This thing is personal between these two women, and they are showing exactly why. Back inside the squared circle, you see that table right underneath their feet that Rhea Ripley tried to introduce moments ago. Gotta wonder who is going to be the one, to take advantage, and it looks like Rhea Ripley back on the blueprint. Going to the opposite corner this time. This thing might turn into a 4 corners of pain for these two women. Wait a minute, Becky Lynch tying up Rhea Ripley, and a manhandle slam variation into the cover to win the title. Dead center of the ring, but Rhea Ripley with strength left in her. Close call there by the man. You saw the underhook, trapping Rhea Ripley's at least one of her arms, and then a variation of the manhandle slam to no 3 count. Wait a minute. Becky up against the table, and I do not like this for the challenger. Rhea, power bomb right through the wood. And to retain her championship, Becky Lynch kicks out. And man, oh man, are these two women going to the absolute extreme lengths to win this match tonight. Rhea Ripley somehow able to survive one of Becky's best maneuvers. Becky Lynch somehow able to survive. Now I'll say the first table as Rhea Ripley looks to introduce a second. New York City, certainly no stranger to this kind of hardcore environment. Rhea setting up that second table on the outside and now just ragdolling Becky Lynch from pillar to post. You see the fatigue starting to set in for Becky Lynch as she just collapsed at ringside moments ago, trying to make her way to Rhea Ripley. I don't know what's going through the mind of the champion, but obviously dangerous things that do not benefit the #1 contender. This is what the championship is all about. This is what proving that you are the better woman means to these two ladies. Rhea Ripley on the apron, taunting Becky Lynch. She better not underestimate Becky. Just because she beat her last month in Cardiff doesn't mean she's going to be the better woman here tonight. Becky Lynch, I think Rhea might have been waiting for her. Becky counters. Oh my goodness. Rhea was lying in wait, waiting for Becky Lynch to try to take advantage. Becky took advantage, sent Rhea off the apron, crashing through the table. Unfortunately for the man that time, missing on that tope suicida, but these two fatigued and hurting women still throwing haymakers at each other. And Becky continuing to wear down the women's champion at ringside after Rhea just went flying off the apron, crashing through that table and sending it into a million pieces. Back inside the ring we go. It is not falls count anywhere. The decision must take place between the ropes. And for the first time in this match, it really starts to feel like Becky Lynch is in control. Rhea Ripley may be on her feet, but clearly is not going to be 100% after being sent for an amusement park ride moments ago by Becky Lynch. Becky trying to introduce that kendo stick. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley in the home of the Islanders, grabbing that hockey stick from underneath the canvas. Both these women bringing a knife and a gunfight to this matchup, but who is going to get the first shot? Rhea Ripley, oh my goodness! Brutality at its fullest length. That hockey stick looked like took out the knee of Becky on the first time, and now over the dome, and goes to retain her championship. Becky Lynch still alive, but Rhea Ripley really starting to do some damage. Or so we thought. Becky Lynch just trying to fuel off adrenaline right now. Trying to fight through the pain, knowing that this may be the last opportunity for quite some time to win the championship. This is where moments are made. This is where legends are born. This is Madison Square Garden, New York City. One of the biggest events of the year, Survivor Series. It's now or never for Becky Lynch to capture the championship she has been chasing since January. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my goodness, what a counter by Rhea Ripley. Tilt-to-whirl backbreaker right on the ladder. Becky Lynch barely able to get to her feet, and Rhea knocking her back down to size. Man, that was some direct revenge for a couple weeks ago when Becky did a similar back slam maneuver to Rhea Ripley right on the ladder. And this time, Rhea, I think she caught the tail end of that ladder right to the tailbone off the snap suplex. Oh my goodness, you see the momentum starting to swing back and forth in this matchup for the WWE Women's Championship. Who is going to get the better of the other? Becky Lynch again, luckily able to avoid that ladder off the drop toe hold. These two women going for shot right now. And Rhea just stacking up Becky Lynch on the ladder. And for a moment there, stomping the steel into the heart. Trying to stomp out the hopes and dreams to leave Survivor Series as the champion of Monday Night Raw is Rhea Ripley to the man. Sending Becky to the ropes. What has Rhea got in mind? Becky running right through it. No result for the Eradicator that time. There's another reversal there. Kick to the rib cage. Watch out below. Down goes Becky Lynch with a riptide on the cold hard steel. And that'll do it. Rhea Ripley shot the final blow. And the championship remains with the Judgment Day Zone. Riptide right on the edge of the ladder after a brutal fight in this hardcore city.
Here is your winner, and still WWE Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley.
Well, I hate to say it, but Becky Lynch's championship desires certainly have to go to the back of the line. Rhea Ripley going back-to-back victories over the man, and the Eradicator of Monday Night Raw retains the Women's Championship. But what is going to be next for Rhea, and who is going to be next for Rhea as she retains her title here tonight? A special edition of Monday Night Raw is coming your way on December the 11th, the night after Armageddon, as we present the 2023 WWE Slammy Awards. You, the fans, will get to vote on this year's best tag team, men's and women's competitors, match of the year, and much more. Voting begins on Friday, December 1st, right here on our community page. Be sure to stay tuned and don't miss out on this interactive event, the WWE Slammy Awards. Well, coming up next here at Survivor Series, the United States Championship is on the line. AJ Styles ambushed Cody Rhodes a number of weeks ago in London, England, and turned his back on anybody who does not benefit his red, white, blue, and gold desires. But we want to take you back to this past Friday night on SmackDown, where Cody Rhodes tried to trap AJ Styles in the confines of the ring. Obviously knowing Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson would be lurking, Cody Rhodes called upon the solid steel cage. Unfortunately for the champion, things seem to backfire for Cody Rhodes, as you see, taking his eye off the ball for one moment. AJ Styles taking advantage and dropping the United States champion where he so desired. Things not looking good for Cody Rhodes coming out of SmackDown. Momentum on the side of the challenger. Will that play in the result as the United States Championship is on the line up next?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
Well, Cody Rhodes has had a red-hot United States Championship reign, but the phenomenal AJ Styles looking to bring that to a close here tonight in the Garden. And certainly not the response that we have gotten used to hearing upon AJ Styles' arrival to the arena, but his actions over the last month certainly call for it. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows completing the OC, gonna follow suit with their boy AJ Styles as he walks down the aisle in the championship action here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that coming up 3 weeks from tonight, we will be live in Detroit, Michigan for the last live premiere event of 2023 as WWE brings to you Armageddon. And then don't forget, just 24 hours later, a special edition of Monday Night Raw as we bring to you the 2023 WWE Slammy Awards. Polls will open Friday night, December the 1st, and you, the fans, will have your voice heard for the Men's Superstar of the Year, Women's Superstar of the Year, Match of the Year, and so much more. December 10th, Armageddon. December 11th, Slammy Award edition of Monday Night Raw. Man, what a holiday season it's going to be.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
But that is then, and this is now. And tonight we are live from New York City, and the United States Champion is on the line. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, has turned away the challenges of Gunther, Braun Breaker, Ricochet, Grayson Waller, Butch, and most importantly, I would say, the franchise John Cena. An impressive resume thus far as Cody Rhodes' reign for the U.S. title. A superstar-like presence in the world's most famous arena for the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. We just ran down the list of names that Cody Rhodes has stepped up to and stepped over throughout his reign with the gold that is around his waist. But dare I say this be the most personal of the meetings throughout his championship reign thus far. AJ Styles, as we talked about moments ago, turning his back on anybody, including the locker room, including the WWE Universe, anybody he feels that does not benefit his desires to become the United States Champion. Anderson and Gallows, evidently the only friends AJ Styles needs as they accompany him into battle tonight against this man who has fought with his back up against the wall time and time again. Cody Rhodes handed Gunther his first loss back at SummerSlam. Can he add AJ Styles to his list here tonight? Nonetheless, this matchup brought to you by Friday Night SmackDown, the red, white, blue, and gold on the line. Let's send things down to the ring for your official match introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles. And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 209 pounds, he is the WWE United States Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes!
Cody Rhodes locking the eyes on the prize that he may be about to hand over for the very last time. Certainly a big fight feel here in the world's most famous arena. AJ Styles taking a look at the gold that he has targeted over the last month and now gets the opportunity that he so desires. In recent weeks, AJ Styles has picked up victories against Rey Mysterio 48 hours ago, taking down Dexter Lumis on SmackDown. But is AJ Styles prepared for the American Nightmare here tonight? As Cody Rhodes hot out of the gate, bell sounds, and you gotta expect nothing less. Cody Rhodes may be fighting an emotional battle here tonight. As we mentioned, this may be the most personal meeting throughout the reign as United States Champion for Cody Rhodes thus far, and Cody needs to be careful he does not fight this matchup with anger and frustration because of those personal feelings he has towards AJ Styles. At the end of the day, Cody's got to look at this like just another United States Championship defense. I honestly believe that. If he was able to take down John Cena in Principality Stadium in front of a capacity crowd 5 weeks ago in Cardiff, then he can survive AJ Styles if he stays focused. But AJ Styles may have the upper hand in this matchup, may have thrown Cody Rhodes off his game over the last few weeks on SmackDown. The ambush from behind, the victories for the Phenomenal One, turning the page on Cody just 48 hours ago. And of course, the X Factors at ringside, Anderson and Gallows Styles running buddies in the OC. It'll be very interesting to see how this matchup progresses. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes not looking to allow a window of opportunity for AJ Styles to take advantage of. Been an awesome night here at Survivor Series thus far. I want to thank you for joining us once again here in Madison Square Garden in New York City for one of the biggest events of the year. Thanksgiving week tradition. We hope you all have a great Thanksgiving later this week. We hope you all are enjoying the 2023 Survivor Series. Nonetheless, AJ Styles, pinfall on Cody Rhodes there, and you got to believe Styles knew he wasn't going to get the victory, but just trying to get in the psyche of the champion, and Cody going right back, rolling up AJ, and I think same mindset there. Obviously knowing that you are in there with a tough competitor on both sides of the field, but just trying to get into the mindset of your opponent. Just trying to remind them that you are able to get that victory at any time necessary. Now Cody taking things to the sky of New York City. Beautiful dive to the outside, something we have become familiar with out of the Phenomenal One, but Cody Rhodes not afraid to play chess when he needs to. Sending the challenger back inside the squared circle, and Cody Rhodes, whether he's fighting an emotional battle or not, so far looking very good against the challenger and AJ Styles. Scooping a slam there, vintage maneuver out of the arsenal of the champion. Again, Cody Rhodes defeated Gunther, handing Gunther his one and only loss in SmackDown so far, back at SummerSlam in August. Since then, he has retained the gold over Ricochet, Braun Breaker, the Cruiserweight Butch in Butch's backyard of London, England, defeating John Cena at Clash at the Castle, and now looking to take down AJ Styles here tonight at Survivor Series. Beautiful tope suicida, and adding a little extra emphasis right at the feet of AJ Styles. Cody's feeling it right now. He has completely flipped the switch on AJ in this matchup. But can Cody get the W? Can he get the job done against AJ Styles? That is the question that is at hand. Gotta wonder if Cody's feeling any damage after the brawl that took place, to say the least, on SmackDown 48 hours ago. Thought he had AJ Styles outsmarted, and technically he did. Gallows and Anderson out of the way once that cage was lowered. But Cody turned his back to AJ Styles, who already had the adrenaline pumping from his previous matchup, and was able to lay out Cody Rhodes in that steel cage on SmackDown. No cage tonight. Gallows and Anderson right at ringside, and a classic wrestling matchup between the Phenomenal One and the American Nightmare. Styles looking to get back into this thing. Look at the neck breaker on the champion. In New York City, not a big fan of AJ Styles from my ears tonight. I don't think AJ Styles gives a damn. He's got Anderson and Gallows at ringside. And if AJ can leave with that United States Championship, you know it's going to be a party in the OC Club tonight. Styles just trying to get back into this matchup, start wearing down Cody Rhodes. And you see a lot of offense on the neck of Cody Rhodes. Maybe trying to soften up Cody for an eventual phenomenal forearm, which Cody is not going to allow. AJ may have been eyeing it up moments ago on the apron. Cody Rhodes closing that gap, not allowing AJ Styles to take things to the air. Game of cat and mouse right now. Cody trying to get AJ trying to outsmart him, and not too far does AJ Styles make it. Cody Rhodes is not here to play games tonight. He is out to retain his United States Championship and kick AJ Styles to the back of the line. You know, we caught words with Cody Rhodes in recent weeks in the locker room, and he said flat out, AJ Styles, a man I used to respect, could have easily asked for an opportunity and I would have gave it to him. But he decided to go his own route, and it may come back to bite him here tonight. However, AJ Styles feels that this is what he needed to do. Block out any and all distractions, keep his closest by his side, and target the championship in his own way. Wait a minute, off the neck breaker. Now Styles on the apron, going for the phenomenal forearm, but nobody home. Oh, what is Cody going for? Went for a high-risk maneuver himself. I believe might have been going for that springboard moonsault. AJ did not allow it, hit the Pele kick, and now a crossface in the middle of the canvas. Man, fast-paced action in the midst of this United States Championship matchup, and AJ now slowing down the pace, looking to tap out the champion. Cody Rhodes rolling out of it, using the weight to his advantage. Cody Rhodes most likely the stronger of the two if I had to make an assessment. Springboard, nice kick, disaster right to the face of AJ Styles. AJ on spaghetti legs, and Cody this time goes for the springboard moonsault, nobody home. And into the cover again, goes the challenger. And similar to what we saw earlier tonight in that Rhea Ripley Becky Lynch contest, the momentum starting to swing back and forth between champion and challenger. Who is going to get the upper hand? United States title's on the line. AJ Styles looking to keep it. Gutbuster right to the rib cage. What is it going to take to keep down Cody Rhodes if AJ Styles can do so here tonight as he heads to the top rope? Oh, wait a minute here. Spiral tap by Styles. A rare occurrence in the arsenal. But AJ Styles pulls it out when necessary. Looked at tonight as the opportunity to use it to keep down Cody. Unfortunately for Styles, Cody's still alive, but for how much longer as he takes him out over the top. AJ Styles has made a career of throwing caution in the wind. He earned the name of the Phenomenal One, and it's because of maneuvers like he hit moments ago. Cody Rhodes may have got the shoulder up off the spiral tap. Not only does it take a lot out of AJ Styles just to hit it, which is why it's such a rare occurrence, but it takes so much out of the opponent that it's delivered to. Cody Rhodes is going to feel that one tomorrow morning. Win, lose, or draw tonight. The rib cage is going to be black and blue if you were to take a microscope to it. Fight continues on the outside of the ring. Face first off the apron. Cody Rhodes, lights may be on, but I don't know if anybody's home right now. Wait a minute, referee's at a count of 9. AJ Styles, I don't know if he even realized that, because if Cody got counted out, the title wouldn't have changed hands. I think Styles might have been so dazed from the action, he didn't realize the referee's count was so late. Luckily, Cody, not looking to retain his title in such an unhonorable fashion, hurries back inside the squared circle, and the fight continues here in the Garden. Hoisting AJ Styles on top, and what does Cody have in mind here? Wheels are spinning, and the strength on display as AJ Styles goes for a ride, a superplex with a little bit of delayed fashion on it. New York City coming unglued as Cody now Big time elbow from the top, right to the heart of the challenger. To retain the title, only a 1 count that time. Styles still into this thing. In New York City coming unglued. They're loving the action between Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles here tonight. I don't know how AJ was able to kick out so early. It's credit to the endurance, credit to the adrenaline of the Phenomenal One. Hung up in the top rope. May have done the opposite effect. Might have woke AJ Styles up. It's a reversal that time. Cody not trying to allow a comeback. Oh, man. This thing's personal tonight between the Phenomenal One and the American Nightmare. A disrespectful slap to the face, reminding AJ Styles just why the events are occurring right here tonight at Survivor Series. You want to jump me from behind? You want to lay me out in the cage? Payback is a dish best served cold, slapped right to the face of AJ. One spaghetti legs on the outside, and Cody miscalculating that shot, luckily lands on his feet and sending AJ Styles full force into the barrier. Now Cody back up on the apron. Hits it that time, and down goes Styles. What doesn't work the first time may work the second. AJ Styles has been on the receiving end as some offense begins to stack up for the American Nightmare. Cody may be searching in, or I should say maybe closing in on retaining his title. Vertebreaker! And that's gonna do it. Cody has won many matches with that maneuver in the past, but AJ Styles is still into it, and the disbelief on Cody's face tells the whole story. Cody Rhodes thought he had AJ. Again, that offense starting to stack up. The Vertebreaker to the Phenomenal One. But the challenger, push comes to shove, and he is still into this thing. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Torture rack by Styles. Spins out with it, and almost a blue thunderbomb variation. And Cody able to kick out. That is how fast the momentum can switch in this style of a matchup. Cody not trying to allow that comeback. AJ Styles showed a sign of life. The American Nightmare not interested in the Phenomenal One's festivities. One hell of a match, like AJ Styles' turn of ego, turn of attitude or not. These two men tearing down the house at Madison Square Garden for the United States Championship here tonight at Survivor Series. AJ Styles, again, lights may be on, but I don't know if anybody's home. AJ trying to fight out between a rock and a hard place as Cody has been in control the last few minutes. Over the ropes, Cody goes. Big time snap German. We've seen AJ go into the bridge and try for a pinfall with that same maneuver in the past, but I don't know if AJ would have had the strength to try to do it, especially this late in the matchup. Nice takedown moments ago. All forearm by AJ. AJ starting to mount that comeback that Cody desperately wanted to avoid. Another Pele kick. Cody's rocked, and AJ Styles looking to take advantage of a dazed and confused United States Champion. A Styles clash. The Phenomenal One into the cover on Cody Rhodes. Oh my. AJ got him. Well, dare I say I'm almost in a little bit of disbelief. Cody Rhodes stacking up that offense for minutes at a time. AJ Styles mounting the comeback, and the Styles clash enough to keep down Cody Rhodes tonight at Survivor Series. We got a new United States champion, whether we like it or not. AJ Styles played his cards right.
Here is your winner, and new WWE United States Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Well, that is a disappointing loss for Cody Rhodes. He did all he could in this matchup, but AJ caught him at just the right moment. AJ Styles played his cards right for weeks, and he cashed in tonight at Madison Square Garden. And we have a new United States champion in the phenomenal AJ Styles. On Sunday night, December the 10th, the end is here. It's the final live premiere event of 2023 as the Warriors of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown descend upon Detroit, Michigan for Armageddon. What will this unholy evening have in store as the toughest competitors look to make their final mark of 2023, December the 10th at Armageddon? It is time for your second of two traditional Survivor Series elimination matches. This one coming your way from Monday Night Raw. It is Team Karrion Kross battling Team Sheamus and the prize fighter Kevin Owens representing the Celtic Warrior squad.
The following contest is an elimination match. Introducing first, from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, Kevin Owens!
Well, to say the least, Monday Night Raw has been an absolute chaos for upwards of a month leading up to Survivor Series. It really started with the situation around who would challenge for the WWE Championship, which led to that Deadly Games eliminator after Solo Sikoa put Bobby Lashley on the shelf. For weeks, we have seen Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa, Sheamus, Karrion Kross, among others, battling it out back and forth. Now get the tag team champions, the Brawling Brutes, involved. Get the Judgment Day involved. The ante has been upped and something's gotta give here tonight in New York City. Well, tonight is Survivor Series, but if I'm checking my calendar correct, it is also Fight Night in the Garden. The Celtic Warrior Sheamus, the World Tag Team Champions Butch and Ridge Holland, the Brawling Brutes, are making their way down the aisle.
And at a combined weight of 725 pounds, the World Tag Team Champions, Ridge Holland, Butch, and the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, the Brawling Brutes.
Well, Sheamus has certainly got one of the toughest teams in Survivor Series history. His boys in the Brawling Brutes, certainly two men he can trust in the World Tag Team Champions, Ridge the Fridge Holland and the Cruiserweight Butch. And as for Kevin Owens, I'm sure him and Sheamus, along as Butch and Ridge Holland, I'm sure they don't all see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, common enemies breed some strange friendships, and Owens gonna stand side by side with the Brutes alongside against Team Karrion Kross and some dangerous company. And certainly the atmosphere, the aura, and the mood just changes when the Harbinger of Doom enters the room. Karrion Kross has been, over the last 12 months, one of the most dangerous superstars to come in to Monday Night Raw. A two-time former NXT champion and a man who has wreaked havoc month after month on the red brand. He spent the summer chasing the WWE Championship, unfortunately to no avail. Follow that up with a series of losses, and dare I say, Karrion Kross has become more sinister and more dangerous than ever. Take a look at this past Monday night. Kross alongside the WWE Champion himself, Seth freaking Rollins, in a tag team victory over Tommaso, Ciampa, and Sheamus. And an emphatic statement made this past Monday night on Raw, and momentum that'll certainly ride in to this 4-on-4 Survivor Series classic bout here tonight in the Garden. Imagine taking orders from this team captain. On the flip side of the coin, is there anybody who you would want leading your team more than somebody as laser focused, again as sinister, and as hell-bent on what he wants from the end result? Tonight, that just being victory in the Harbinger of Doom, Karrion Kross. Add in Solo Sikoa, Add in the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. We may have one of the toughest teams in Survivor Series history on the opposite side of the ring, but looking at Team Cross, we have one of the most dangerous teams in Survivor Series history. We set it for Friday Night SmackDown. The song remains the same coming into this Raw bout. It is an all-star lineup. Make no mistakes about it. The chaos has ensued. Anarchy in the arena. Week after week on Monday nights. It all comes to a head live here in New York City. And let the partners of Team Cross enter Madison Square Garden. The former tag team champions, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, bringing Judgment Day.
And at a combined weight of 439 pounds, Damian Priest and Finn Balor, the Judgment Day.
Well, I'll tell you what, Finn Balor and Damian Priest have been on a roller coaster ride in the tag team division ever since losing their world tag team titles back at Unforgiven in September to Butch and Ridge Holland. And there has been some unsettling differences between those two teams month in and month out. The Judgment Day getting a little bit sidetracked with the New Day in recent weeks on Monday Night Raw, and still a score to be settled there. The last time they fought Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, it was a win for the New Day. But Balor and Priest laying out the tag team champions with steel chairs a number of weeks ago on Raw, laying them out inside the middle of the squared circle, certainly reminding the champions that they are not done chasing the gold that they lost last month, I should say 2 months ago, in Chicago and Unforgiven. Damian Priest and Finn Balor just as laser focused as Karrion Kross is tonight to get the victory in this traditional Survivor Series elimination match.
And from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa.
Well, making his way down the aisle is the man who has been cause and effect on Monday Night Raw. As we mentioned moments ago, the Deadly Games Eliminator, a tournament that was born out of the actions of the street champ Solo Sikoa. Bobby Lashley on the shelf with fractured ribs. Solo Sikoa ambushing Lashley simply because he was done waiting in line, wanted his opportunity and went to the top, at least in his words. And of course, the situation on Monday Night Raw brewing to a possibly unstoppable end after Solo's opportunity went up in smoke, thanks to Sheamus and Kevin Owens. Nonetheless, it all comes to a head right here, right now. Your second of two traditional Survivor Series matches. Team Cross, Team Sheamus, the bell has sounded, and we are underway. Karrion Kross going to start this thing out with Kevin Owens himself. And I believe, if I have to check the record books here, but I believe this is the first time we are seeing Kross and Kevin Owens opposing each other one-on-one in some sort of a sense in the middle of the ring. Just look at the lineup. In the ring, outside of the ring, the tag team champions, the former tag team champions, main event players, each and every Monday night on Raw, inside of that ring right now. Karrion Kross looking to set the tone for this matchup. Has no problem taking his time and beating down his opponents one by one as Damian Priest gets tagged in. So far, so good for Team Kross, and Butch not even going to allow the Judgment Day and company to think about getting an elimination right now. Already, Solo Sikoa now going after Butch, and this is going to be the dangers of this matchup. Look at the chaos, the track record of all of these men on Monday Night Raw as of late. The referee going to have his hands full, keeping composure in this 4-on-4 bout. Finn Balor getting tagged in, going after Kevin Owens. Small package here by Balor, trying to go for the early elimination. These men got to know better when they're in there with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, a part of what I said and what I truly believe is one of the toughest teams in Survivor Series when it comes to engaging in fisticuffs, to say the least. Kevin Owens, a man who knows Finn Balor very well. They've two men have had several battles inside the squared circle over the years. Reigniting that old rivalry in the midst of this 4-on-4 match tonight. And a tag made to one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Ridge the Fridge Holland. Man who made his Monday Night Raw debut back in March alongside Sheamus, becoming his protege, and has certainly broke out as one of the premier superstars on Raw ever since. One of the best newcomers, dare I say, in the WWE this year. Ridge the Fridge, a freak athlete, strong as nails, and taking the fight to Finn Balor right now. Now tagging in the team captain Sheamus, and Balor gonna tag in the team captain Cross. And we're not gonna have to wait too much longer to see these two men engage in a battle of lefts and rights, because here we go. Remember why Sheamus and Cross were appointed team captains. It goes all the way back. Oh, wait a minute, hold that thought. Karrion Kross trying to eliminate Sheamus off the small package right now. Not just yet. Goes all the way back to the season premiere of Raw, and technically months before that. Kross and Sheamus have had unsettled issues for months, but you remember back in September, the season premiere edition of Monday Night Raw, Sheamus found himself in a gauntlet contest to try to earn himself another match against Seth Rollins for the WWE title. The three men he fought on that night, I should say, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and ultimately Karrion Kross. And Sheamus was able to outlast all three men to earn himself a title match last month in Cardiff, Wales. Karrion Kross embarrassed by that loss, as he was the last one to step in the ring with Sheamus, who was already broken, beaten, battered, and bruised, and somehow Sheamus still outlasted the Harbinger of Doom. A loss that Karrion Kross has not forgotten about. These two men have had a couple of battles on Monday Night Raw this year as well. Go back to the springtime, Karrion Kross defeated Sheamus in one-on-one action. A lot of history between all 8 of these men in this match tonight. And Karrion Kross, with every shot, every blow to Sheamus, is letting out that aggression and reminding the Celtic Warrior that his days are behind him. Sheamus out to prove tonight that he may be just getting started. Remember the war 5 weeks ago in Cardiff that Sheamus saw himself in with Seth Rollins. Wait a minute, look at this. Sheamus with his back up against the wall in the opposite corner, going for the kill. A little white noise, team captain to the other team captain, and Sheamus starting to rally here in New York City. We saw how the advantage can really play out, or I should say disadvantage even at times, earlier tonight between Team Austin Theory and Team Edge on the SmackDown side of things. Team Edge was fighting an uphill battle till the very end. Wait a minute. Oh, man. Ridge Holland getting tagged in and gets met with a Saito and almost eliminated that time. Karrion Kross trying to give the advantage to himself and company. Oh, my goodness. And a big-time lariat levels Ridge the Fridge. Absolutely knocking the noggin of one half of the World Tag Team Champions, and Ridge dishing it right back to him. And Holland starts swinging, still in the opposite corner. These men got to fight out from Team Kross territory, but Damian Priest, the Archer of Infamy, tagged in, and the Judgment Day and Brawling Brutes know each other very well. Still some unfinished business, as we mentioned, from Unforgiven back in September when the Brawling Brutes took down the Judgment Day for the World Tag Team titles, a loss that really derailed the momentum of Balor and Priest on Raw. Oh, look at this. Look how the ante gets up in mere moments. Kevin Owens tagged in. Solo Sikoa tagged in. And Solo Sikoa, you remember, upset in that Deadly Games Eliminator loss. Kevin Owens was pinned in that matchup. Solo took out his aggression on Owens later in the night, putting Owens through a table in the backstage area. The following week, we saw Owens and Solo brawling throughout the O2 in London. Oh, man, and Kevin Owens, Tornado DDT, taking down Solo Sikoa. Unfinished business, dare I say the word of this matchup, the term of this matchup. Tonight, an opportunity to settle the score, and a big-time Samoan drop by the Street Champ. Kevin Owens may be your first casualty. Not just yet. Sheamus not going to allow it. Close call that time. Solo went for the kill on Kevin Owens, who started this matchup. However, the numbers game, just as we saw earlier tonight, one of the things that makes this traditional Survivor Series matchup so difficult. Solo Sikoa, just such a dangerous individual. Talking about Ridge Holland being a newcomer to Raw this year, so is Solo Sikoa. And what an impact he has made. He has changed the trajectory of Monday Night Raw time and time again. It has certainly led us to multiple events here tonight. Quite possibly still would have been Bobby Lashley challenging Seth Rollins for the WWE title had Solo Sikoa not gotten involved. Kind of a funny situation. Tommaso Ciampa, so much history with the Street Champ, but almost unintentionally has to thank Solo for opening up that window of opportunity. Tommaso Ciampa, Seth Rollins for the WWE title still to come tonight here at Madison Square Garden. Right now, still have not seen an elimination thus far in this 4-on-4 traditional matchup. Kevin Owens, stunner on Damian Priest. Early on, Priest hasn't seen too much action, and Solo Sikoa nonetheless is going to save the day. Ridge Holland taking care of the Street Champ. If anybody can match the strength of Solo in this match, look no further than Ridge the Fridge. Oh my goodness. This is what I'm talking about, things breaking down. Holland and Solo going at it at ringside. Cross knocking Kevin Owens off the apron. And the referee starting to count. There can be an elimination via count out or disqualification in this match. Priest taking advantage of the distraction. And down goes Owens momentarily. Another tag made to Finn Balor. Both these teams trying to get some fresh legs in there. The Cruiserweight Butch tagged in. Butch and Finn Balor have had many battles in past. Now the Cruiserweight seeing some action for the first time here in Madison Square Garden. You know, funny, 1 year ago at Survivor Series, Balor and Butch were also on opposite sides of a traditional Survivor Series match. Butch was on the winning end on that night. Will it be the same result here tonight in Madison Square Garden? Right now, Finn Balor controlling the offense over one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Oh, look at this. Butch sending Balor for a ride. Into the cover. He got him.
Finn Balor has been eliminated.
Finn Balor caught off guard. Butch swinging him inside out with that suplex, and disadvantage goes to Team Karrion Kross. Your first casualty of the match, the Prince Finn Balor of the Judgment Day. And Solo Sikoa not wasting any time, targeting the Cruiserweight Butch. I think Balor got caught by surprise that time. Hadn't seen too much action in this matchup. Butch just came out swinging. Finn Balor not expecting it, and Balor the first one to hit the locker room in this traditional Survivor Series elimination affair. Solo Sikoa not wasting any time, went right after Butch once Finn Balor's shoulders were pinned to the mat. Now the Cruiserweight finding himself fighting an uphill battle against a game Street Champ. Big time Samoan drop, going for an elimination this time. Will that do it? Not just yet. Butch still got a lot left in the tank. And Finn Balor still trying to get his wits about him on the outside. He might have got concussed on that landing. He was flipped inside out by Butch. Rough landing in a first elimination. Took him a few moments to really gain his gatherings at ringside. Nonetheless, Team Kross down to 3. Team Sheamus still with the full team intact. Now Solo Sikoa not able to grab Butch in time. Tag made to the Celtic Warrior. Sheamus and Solo going at it. Wait a minute here. Samoan Spike. The team captain may be about to go. Referee a little out of position. Luckily, Sheamus in the right position to reach out and grab the ropes. Ridge Holland, wait a minute, in the ring. I think was there to break up the pinfall. Solo taking advantage. Sheamus, however, back to his feet. Let the games begin as Sheamus starts swinging. Street Champ's trying to get to his feet. Solo hoisted in the air with a Celtic Warrior. Nice shot. I'm sure Sheamus would love to keep this momentum going. Maybe get a clean sweep tonight in this traditional Survivor Series match. Oh, wait a minute. If he hits this maneuver, it could help in that affair. Looks like he'd be going for the Celtic Cross. Solo Sikoa avoids it. Sends Sheamus into the corner. Sheamus trying to fight out from the wrong corner of the ring. Solo in the air. And back and forth these two bruisers go. Another counter to the reversal. And who is going to get the upper hand? This is again, feels like the culmination of chaos that has controlled Raw as of late. Where's the power of balance going to lie? Nice Hangman's neck breakers. The momentum swings between Sheamus and Solo Sikoa tit for tat right now. Solo knocked down. Sheamus just trying to wear down the Street Champ. But Sheamus, who felt that Samoan spike moments ago, trying to get some fresh legs in this matchup. Ridge the Fridge. My goodness! Talk about a strong ox in Ridge Holland. Into the cover. Solo Sikoa barely. Not much enthusiasm in that kick out. Able to survive. Ridge Holland thought he had him that time. And only few people are going to be able to send Solo Sikoa for an overhead belly-to-belly like throw, but Solo only going to be able to hit that Samoan drop to Ridge Holland into the cover. Holland avoids it. As I was trying to say, only so many people are going to be able to do that to Ridge Holland. Elevated Samoan drop. Solo trying to throw some wild shots to no avail. Ridge this time. Again, hoist up Solo Sikoa. Balance of strength, balance of power, back and forth between Holland and Solo. Nobody able to get a pinfall that time, but maybe the Cruiserweight Butch can take advantage of a weakened opponent. Solo Sikoa dazed, Butch trying to take advantage. Look at the strength by Butch. Sit out powerbomb, elects not to go for the pinfall as New York City coming unglued for one hungry and physical Cruiserweight. Offense starting to stack up. Solo Sikoa avoids it. Wait a minute. Samoan spike. A cover. Oh, and Ridge Holland in there. Not even going to allow a pinfall to occur. And Samoan spike. If there's one way to get your back up from against the wall and absolutely turn the tides of momentum in this match, just start throwing a deadly weapon, and that's what Solo did that time. Taking out Ridge Holland just for good measures. Oh, wait a minute. And now again, Solo with another spike to Butch. Better watch his back because Kevin Owens is still stirring. Well, that's great. Butch was able to survive 2 spikes to the throat. But I don't think he's going to be able to thrive much longer if Solo Sikoa is able to capitalize on this weakened prey. Sheamus still into it now. Solo Sikoa needs to realize that there are still moving legs in this match. Oh, now turning his sights to the Brawling Brutes, going after Sheamus. Butch, with whatever he's got left in the tank, coming from behind. Oh my goodness, this is the chaos of a traditional Survivor Series match without a doubt. This is what this event was built off of year in and year out. And Solo Sikoa starting to come unglued in the corner. I didn't even realize Butch making a tag to Ridge Holland, I believe. New legal competitor in this matchup. Oh, wait a minute. Solo went for the spike. Holland avoids it. Back and forth now. These 2 heavyweights go. Trying to choke Ridge Holland out. Maybe soften him up for a future Samoan spike. You know, Solo's been in here for the last couple of minutes. He has not made a tag to Damian Priest or Karrion Kross, and that could really benefit those 2 men. Really getting that time to rest. Or is it going to be a mistake? Is Solo Sikoa wearing himself out, just trying to fight the whole team on the opposite side of the ring? Solo better not let his aggression that usually fuels him to victory get the best of him tonight and be outnumbered by the team that he is opposing right now. And that time they did just that. Butch knocking down Solo Sikoa momentarily. Now Ridge Holland trying to take advantage. The Street Champ, however, is still stirring. Somehow, some way, this mean, angry Samoan still with life left in him. Big time Samoan drop, and now finally Solo Sikoa gonna allow somebody else from his unit to get back inside the ring. And Damian Priest, face first goes Holland. Offense begins to stack. We are seeing a real struggle on Team Cross, not able to get a pinfall here. There's too many fresh legs on the opposite side of the ring. How is that gonna go as we continue to get into deep waters in this match? Ridge Holland could have been avoided south of heaven that time. Meanwhile, Tent spins out Damian Priest. Man, you got to give credit where credit's due. Holland, Butch, the tag team champions, really putting on a show of survival here at Survivor Series. Really fighting out from some of the worst positions in this matchup thus far. Both legal competitors on the outside of the ring. They better be careful. If they don't get counted out, that'll be a double elimination in this matchup. We'll need fresh legs on both sides of the ring. Could also be a benefit if one man can get back inside. There's Priest getting back inside the ropes. Ridge Holland gonna follow. Damian Priest taking the rug out from underneath of him into the cover. Almost got him that time. Ridge Holland, a survivor so far tonight. How much longer can that last? Priest has got his eyes locked. And a reckoning on Holland. And his team is far, far away. Into the cover. Kevin Owens still breaking things up. Oh, there's Priest going for another cover. Ridge Holland is surviving time and time again. I don't know what it's going to take to secure an elimination. The Brawling Brutes and Kevin Owens working like a well-oiled machine in this match. Meanwhile, Karrion Kross has had enough of the fun and games. Straight jacket locked in. Ridge Holland taps, and we have an elimination. Holland eliminated. Karrion Kross had enough. Oh, wait a minute. Now Butch, the legal man. Butch and Karrion Kross have had their run-ins. Butch was the one who handed Kross his very first loss in the main roster earlier this year. There you hear the official announcement. Ridge Holland eliminated by hands of the Harbinger of Doom, the team captain Karrion Kross, and now a Doomsday Saito on the Cruiserweight Butch. Into the cover that time, and Sheamus not going to allow another casualty on his side of the ring. Butch is dazed at a big-time lariat. Karrion Kross looking to get the advantage in this match after evening the score moments ago. Solo Sikoa taking care of Sheamus momentarily. Celtic Warrior down on the outside. Oh, man. Karrion Kross better keep his eye on the legal competitor. Down goes Kevin Owens. Butch trying to come from behind. Back and forth, these two men go. Butch and Kross going at it. A big-time maneuver that time. We're on an even playing field between Team Kross and Team Sheamus. 3v3 at the moment. Finn Balor eliminated. Ridge Holland eliminated. Oh, wait a minute. Straight jacket. Another submission applied. This time on the Cruiserweight Butch, who is going to join Holland. Butch tapping out at another elimination that time.
Butch has been eliminated.
And just like that, advantage Team Karrion Kross. The tag team champions single-handedly eliminated by the team captain of the opposing end. But there's Sheamus, trying to get the momentum back on his side. Celtic Cross on Karrion. And now a submission of his own locked in. As the pressure begins to mount in this matchup. Highly anticipated affair. And these superstars of Monday Night Raw leaving it all inside the squared circle tonight. Sheamus is going after everybody. Going after Priest. Going after Solo. The team captain Kross. Kevin Owens, his only man left standing on the side of the ring, as his two boys in the Brawling Brutes have been eliminated by the Harbinger of Doom. And what a match this has been so far. We still got casualties left to be made. Who is going to be the sole survivors? Earlier tonight, Edge and Rey Mysterio, the final two men standing in the SmackDown Traditional Survivor Series match. There may not be anybody standing after the chaos of this fight so far. Things are starting to break down right now. Sheamus is going after Priest on the outside. He better make sure he avoids a count out. Kross is taking advantage and going after going after Kevin Owens inside of the ring. Solo Sikoa is just watching the anarchy play out. Count of 5, Sheamus making his way back inside the ring. Wait a minute, Kross! Doomsday Saito on the following team captain. Cover! Oh no. Sheamus has been eliminated. The team captain is gone. Kevin Owens is in it alone. And look at who Kevin Owens is standing up against tonight. Damian Priest of the Judgment Day, the Street Champ Solo Sikoa, and the team captain Karrion Kross. Oh man, this is not good for Kevin Owens. He is in for the fight of his life. He has got to somehow try to survive not one, not two, but three opposing superstars. These are not the odds that Kevin Owens wanted to find himself in tonight, but these are the odds that make Survivor Series Survivor Series. Owens able to knock Priest down momentarily out of the ring. Sheamus is still knocked out cold on the outside. Probably a disbelief that he was eliminated by the man who Owens just laid out on the apron moments ago. This is what Kevin Owens is going to have to do, trying to fight every man at once, which seems like an impossible task when you look at the array of superstars that is opposing him right now. And Kevin Owens better be thanking his lucky stars. At least there's one casualty on the opposite side of the ring, that being Finn Balor of the Judgment Day, who was eliminated by Butch earlier on. Karrion Kross eliminating all three members of the Brawling Brutes, and now leaving Kevin Owens to fight on his own here in New York City. Stunner by Owens! Into the cover, but Solo Sikoa. Oh, wait a minute. I thought he was going to break things up. He might have just been waiting to become the legal competitor if that was going to be an elimination that time. Trying to knock out Kevin Owens from behind. Owens has got other plans. Priest down momentarily. I'll start swinging on the Street Champ. You got to commend the effort of Kevin Owens right now, but realistically, how much longer can he keep up this pace? Laying out Priest on the outside. Big time maneuver. And if anybody can do it, I mean, Kevin Owens, we said, a part of the toughest team, one of in Survivor Series history, but I mean, certainly the deck stacked against the prize fighter right now. Back inside the ring, Owens taking a moment to breathe. Damian Priest is down. Meanwhile, Karrion Kross looking fresh as a daisy on the apron. Solo Sikoa getting back to his feet. Kevin Owens may have Damian Priest wounded momentarily, but for how much longer is he going to have the momentum on his side? New York City trying to support Kevin Owens, but I think even this crowd in Madison Square Garden knows that he is fighting an uphill battle. Oh man, Kevin Owens shot to Solo Sikoa, shot to Karrion Kross, and now once again looking to take out Solo on the outside. Kevin Owens not afraid to get his hands dirty, to say the least. And taking his time, not rushing back to get inside the squared circle. However, a fresh Archer of Infamy waiting in the wind. Oh, wait a minute. Another stunner by Owens into the cover. Priest is gone.
Priest has been eliminated.
Damian Priest eliminated. Karrion Kross, the team captain now. Laid out by Kevin Owens. Oh, wait a minute. I think the referee is counting Solo Sikoa. A pop-up powerbomb to Karrion Kross, but Kevin Owens doesn't realize that Solo Sikoa has been appointed the legal man. With Damian Priest eliminated, but it is still an uneven playing field for Kevin Owens. 2 against 1, and it is not just any two men. It's two of the most dangerous superstars in all of WWE. Solo Sikoa, the legal man, in there with Kevin Owens trying to break the hold, and he does. Couple of stunners added up to keep down the Archer of Infamy. That may have been Kevin Owens' last gear to change into in this match. Solo knocked down momentarily. Kevin Owens somehow has still got some wind left in the pipes. But for how much longer? Oh, and a counter by Solo. And this has been a war here tonight from these Monday Night Raw superstars. We expected nothing less as Solo from the middle buckle with a monstrous shoulder breaker, knocking Owens off his feet. And it may be inevitable at this point, a pop-up Samoan drop by the Street Champ, who is enjoying the fruits of his labor inside the squared circle. And he's not done inflicting punishment on the man who cost him a WWE Championship match here tonight at Survivor Series. Solo better watch his frustration, watch his anger. In any normal situation, I'd say Kevin Owens still has a chance, or maybe he does. Solo may have missed his opportunity to eliminate the prize fighter. Kevin Owens with a stunner on Solo Sikoa into the cover. He got him!
Has been eliminated.
Solo Sikoa is gone. We are down to 2, but Karrion Kross looking to prey on Kevin Owens right now. Straight jacket locked in. He's already tapped out Holland and Butch in this matchup to the same submission hold. Kevin Owens somehow, some way, gets rid of Priest, gets rid of Solo, but can he outlast the man who has eliminated all of his tag team partners? Owens barely holding on. Oh man, breaks the hold with emphatic force. And a stiff elbow to the jaw as we are down to 2 men, one side apiece. The team captain Karrion Kross and a soldier of war who may have just fell on the battlefield. Oh, not just yet. Owens reaching out and grabbing the ropes. Doomsday Saito most likely would have been the end of it. But Kevin Owens is still in this match. I mean, you got to give it up for Kevin Owens. Win, lose, or draw. Being the only man left standing for Team Sheamus this late in the matchup, able to get Damian Priest gone, able to send Solo Sikoa of all people back to the locker room. But now you are met with a dangerous, sinister destroyer in Karrion Kross. And Kross already tapped out Butch and Ridge Holland, the World Tag Team Champions. He sent the opposing team captain Sheamus back to the locker room. And Kevin Owens may just be the inevitable man who gets left by the wayside in a need of victory for Karrion Kross. Look at Kross, not even going for the pinfall. He is savoring this beatdown in the middle of the world's most famous arena. Now what? Karrion Kross bringing Kevin Owens, who is absolutely dazed, confused, lights on, nobody home, and he's continuing to have his foot on the gas pedal in this match. Kevin Owens somehow trying to start swinging. Some live rounds being thrown. Down goes Kross momentarily. Senton by Owens. Oh man, Kevin Owens still fired up in this matchup, trying to rally New York City. Sending Kross into the ropes. Kevin Owens is still alive. Somehow, some way, Kevin Owens still fighting in this matchup. As the mantra goes, and Karrion Kross, I don't think expected this fight out of the prize fighter himself. Karrion Kross has already done some damage to the opposing team. A much needed victory in the mind of the Harbinger of Doom. Kevin Owens looking to spoil those desires of Karrion Kross. However, look at this. Another reversal. Man, what is it gonna take? What a all-star fight this has been with the superstars of Monday Night Raw, leaving it all inside the middle of Madison Square Garden. Kross just leveling Kevin Owens that time. But look at this. Owens barely to his feet. Kross strikes left and right. Wait a minute! Counter! Pop-up powerbomb by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens survives! Owens survives! If there's a will, there's a way! And Kevin Owens found a way to be the sole survivor in the world's most famous arena. Down went Damian Priest, then Solo Sikoa, finally Karrion Kross, and Kevin Owens is the sole survivor of himself and the Brawling Brutes unit tonight at Survivor Series. What a war on behalf of Monday Night Raw!
Here are your winners, Kevin Owens, Ridge Holland, Butch, and the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus!
The Brawling Brutes joining their honorary member for a victory celebration. A Madison Square Garden moment, if I dare say so myself. Sheamus Butch and Holland may have fell, but Kevin Owens rose from the ashes and took out the opposing team to secure victory. On Sunday night, December the 10th, the end is here. It's the final live premiere event of 2023 as the Warriors of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown descend upon Detroit, Michigan for Armageddon. What will this unholy evening have in store as the toughest competitors look to make their final mark of 2023, December the 10th at Armageddon? A special edition of Monday Night Raw is coming your way on December the 11th, the night after Armageddon, as we present the 2023 WWE Slammy Awards. You, the fans, will get to vote on this year's best tag team, men's and women's competitors, match of the year, and much more. Voting begins on Friday, December 1st, right here on our community page. Be sure to stay tuned and don't miss out on this interactive event, the WWE Slammy Awards. Well, tonight has been a night of history-making moments. We are live from Madison Square Garden in New York City for the Thanksgiving Week Tradition Survivor Series. And what a night it has been thus far. Incredible action from bell to bell, but we are not done yet. It is time to decide the Women's World Champion on Friday Night SmackDown. Over the last number of weeks, 4 women have qualified. It is an elimination style matchup. Last woman standing is leaving the garden with this brand new championship gold.
The following contest is an elimination match and is for the WWE Women's World Championship. Making her way to the ring, representing the way from Riverside, California, Candice LeRae.
Well, we talked about earlier tonight how Becky Lynch over on Raw has been chasing the championship all year long. Candice LeRae could almost say similar. A couple of battles with the former women's champion Shayna Baszler throughout 2023, not going the way of Candice, but maybe tonight all her momentum changes as she could possibly leave Madison Square Garden as the new Women's World Champion.
And her opponents, first from Tokyo, Japan, Io Sky.
The genius of the Sky. Io Sky, no stranger to championship gold. She is a former NXT Women's Champion as well as Tag Team Champion in the Black and Gold brand. But Io, slowly but surely, has been breaking out from the shadows on SmackDown throughout this year. Io Sky, of course, qualifying for this matchup in a great contest against Indy Hartwell recently on SmackDown. And Io Sky has been the fan favorite over the last few weeks when it came to the discussion in the WWE Universe as to who you wanted to see leave as the Women's World Champion. All remains to be seen if the genius of the Sky, Io Sky, can get the job done here at Survivor Series. Certainly a stacked lineup, to say the least, for the best women's wrestlers, not just on SmackDown, but in the entire world, set to clash for this prestigious brand new gold.
And from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Dare I say there may be no woman in this matchup itching for gold more than the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. 2 months ago, she lost her women's championship as the unfortunate result of a Money in the Bank cash-in to the Nightmare Rhea Ripley, and obviously that championship solidified as Monday Night Raw property. Shayna Baszler not able to challenge for the gold she lost back in September. Now a new opportunity arises. The WWE Women's Championship was around the waist of Shayna from King of the Ring in June to No Mercy in September. She defeated Liv Morgan, Candice LeRae, Asuka at SummerSlam in a grueling battle. All these months later, Baszler looks to add to her list of accolades here in the WWE and continue to prove her dominance and continue a new reign of Supreme on Friday Night SmackDown as the Women's World Champion.
And from Rio Grande Valley, Texas,
Raquel Rodriguez, the strongest woman in this match, no doubt about it, defeating Shotzi on Saturday night's main event a few weeks back to qualify for tonight's festivities. And Raquel, another woman who has been climbing the ladder slowly but surely on SmackDown, just waiting for her opportunity to take the next step. In the midst of this Women's World Championship being on the line tonight, it may be the moment that Raquel Rodriguez breaks out and becomes one of the faces of Friday nights as its new Women's Champion. This is a four-way matchup. It is elimination rules. Pinfall submission, the only way to gain elimination in this match. No countouts, no disqualifications. Last woman standing will leave as the brand new Women's World Champion. That is the gold that is at stake, a beautiful piece of hardware to be decided live here in Madison Square Garden. And certainly four hungry challengers: Candice LeRae, Io Sky, Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez. The bell has sounded and we are underway here at Survivor Series. Talked about how Candice LeRae defeating Zoe Stark to qualify. Io Sky pinning Indy Hartwell. A great matchup on SmackDown a few weeks back. Raquel Rodriguez defeating Shotzi. Shayna Baszler, the first to qualify for this match a few weeks ago with a count-out victory against Bianca Belair. Something that we have heard, Bianca obviously not sitting right with her. Some rumblings in the locker room that Bianca has got her eyes locked on this matchup a little bit extra. Waiting in the wind possibly is the EST for whoever leaves Survivor Series holding that white and gold strap. All remains to be seen who is going to be first in line to challenge for the new champion. But first we need to decide a champion. Shayna Baszler, Candice LeRae, a lot of history throughout this year. Two women met in a physical matchup on SmackDown back in June, where Shayna Baszler won that match via countout as well, and then finally was able to submit Candice LeRae back at No Mercy in September, just moments before she lost the gold to Rhea Ripley. What a combination of strikes moments ago. Raquel laying out Io, Shayna taking down Raquel. And meanwhile, direct your attention to the left side of your screen as Candice LeRae has introduced a steel chair. No disqualifications in this match. Shayna Baszler avoiding disaster, but we do have to keep our eye on all the chaos in this match, and that could include some physical hardware. No countouts or disqualifications, and don't want to say the weapons are encouraged in this matchup, but they are certainly legal. Candice LeRae, world-renowned as one of the toughest women to ever step foot inside a squared circle, has fought some of the best women and men all around the globe, not afraid to get her hands dirty inside of that ring. In such a matchup like this, it's very interesting to see who's going to get their upper hand. Io Sky using that chair to an advantage. DDT to Raquel, double stomp to Candice, and the steel chair adding some insult to injury. As we are about to mention, so hard to get some momentum and sustain momentum in this matchup. Once when you think you got it, then somebody's coming from behind to sneak attack you, try to roll you up for a pinfall. You gotta have eyes in the back of your head in this type of elimination matchup. This is Survivor Series. It's all about being the sole survivor. What a contest we saw moments ago from the traditional Survivor Series elimination match from Monday Night Raw. I can't believe Kevin Owens doing the unthinkable, coming back 3-1, eliminating Damian Priest, Solo Sikoa, and ultimately carrying Cross to be the sole survivor and the victor for Team Sheamus. What a match moments ago, a Survivor Series moment here in Madison Square Garden. Also earlier tonight, Rhea Ripley retaining her WWE Women's Championship against Becky Lynch. The Raw superstars fighting it out for their gold. Now it's the SmackDown Women's turn. Raquel slamming down Baszler. And Io Sky, you saw that moonsault to Candice and the landing on that steel chair that she is trying to use to her advantage right now. Raquel Rodriguez avoids it. Raquel, I would say, the strongest in this matchup. Io Sky, certainly the genius of the Sky for good reason. Those two women fighting tooth and nail in the corner. What does Io have in mind? That chair in a precarious situation. She may be going for that Spanish fly, and she hits it flush and caught the edge of the chair on the way down. New York City coming unglued. Io Sky, might have cost herself that time, didn't go for the pinfall, and Raquel was able to avoid the chair disaster. Raquel Rodriguez actually owns a pinfall victory over Io Sky, going back to Super SmackDown in June. Great matchup all those months ago. Shayna Baszler and Candice really been at each other's throats since the opening bell for the most part. Getting so much history, my goodness, between those two women. Candice LeRae has not forgotten about that tap-out loss a couple of months ago in Baltimore at No Mercy. Everything comes to a head tonight. Opportunity riding on the line. Opportunity doesn't come around each and every day. 8 women had a chance. Zoe Stark, Indy Hartwell, Shotzi, Bianca Belair all fell by the wayside. These are the 4 women remaining. We still need 3 more casualties to have our one sole surviving Women's World Champion. Sheamus trying to introduce another steel chair. I don't know if that's necessary. Meanwhile, Io Sky, submission hold on Raquel Rodriguez. Tap out or possibly pass out, or Raquel's hitting the showers. Io Sky trying to inflict some punishment that time, but Raquel having none of it. Not looking for disappointment tonight upon her rise to superstardom on SmackDown. Meanwhile, Candice LeRae, emphatic stomp to Shayna Baszler, the same stomp that qualified Candice for this very matchup tonight. But Shayna able to survive. Baszler obviously no discredit to Zoe Stark, a little bit more experience, a little bit tougher between the ropes than that young up-and-comer that Candice defeated a few weeks ago. Still no casualty in this matchup, but if Io Sky continues to swing the steel, we may be seeing one momentarily. It's been a physical matchup since the opening bell, and still not one pinfall, one submission, and still not one step closer to gaining a champion on SmackDown. Candice LeRae now in the grasp of Raquel Rodriguez, got her in a torture rack position and swings her out. Big time neck breaker on Candice. Going for the cover that time. That may do it, not just yet. Raquel Rodriguez thought she had the poison pixie that time, to no avail. Wait a minute. Tahana bomb. Oh, wait a minute though. Io Sky's got Shayna's submission hold. Raquel off the Tahana bomb. Into the pinfall there. A delayed reaction from the referee, but she got her.
Candice LeRae has been eliminated.
Luckily, Candice, luckily for Raquel's sake, was still down and out after the delayed reaction from the referee. Tahana bomb, and Candice LeRae, your first elimination of the match. Oh man, that leaves us with 3. Raquel, who is taken out to the outside, and Io Sky, who just dropped Shayna Baszler on the dome of her skull. 4 become 3 in this elimination matchup. Survivor Series all about the elimination. Who is going to be the last women standing as Candice LeRae, your first casualty. Not a good night for the Mr. and Mrs. Wrestling household. Nonetheless, Io Sky taking down Raquel. Shayna trying to use that steel chair. There's chairs laid precariously all throughout the squared circle. That time Shayna got slammed right on one. Now Io. Oh, look at this. Laying out Raquel Rodriguez. Face first on the canvas. Elimination coming, not just yet. Raquel is still into this. What guts from Raquel. Oh, wait a minute. Io looking to show why she is the genius of the Sky, but Raquel Rodriguez with other plans. Meanwhile, Shayna Baszler trying to introduce another steel chair. Raquel Rodriguez. Strength to her advantage. The Queen of Spades now looking to take advantage of a turned head. And these women got to be feeling the fatigue. This has been a very physical 4-way matchup, now 3-way thus far. especially with these steel chairs involved. Every woman throwing their best shots. A lot of live rounds back, forth, and to the other. Io Sky, as Raquel is down on the outside. Io takes the fight to the Queen of Spades. Kick right to the gut, no avail. Shayna Baszler been there, had it scouted. Wait a minute, Baszler could be looking for the Karafuda clutch on the Genius of the Sky. Io is in deep, deep trouble right now. Shayna Baszler made her mark at the top throughout the summer with this very submission hold. Will it bring her success here tonight in the Garden? Io's trying to hold on. Raquel may be the smartest woman in the room tonight, just waiting in the wind to see what the result of this submission is going to be. And look at Io Sky able to break the hold. Credit where credit's due, able to survive the Karafuda, but how much is left? And how much is left in Shayna after squeezing the life out of Io Sky? Raquel Rodriguez trying to take advantage of possibly two weakened opponents. Baszler down on the outside. Took a lot out of the Queen of Spades at this late in the matchup to squeeze Io Sky's life out. Unfortunately for her, Sky is still in this match. Meanwhile, Raquel Rodriguez, there is strength in size and now a fall-away slam. Shayna Baszler going after Raquel. Oh man, another lariat. Raquel Rodriguez has got the only elimination of this matchup so far as a tip of her cap. The leading Candice LeRae from this contest. Can she get another casualty on her end? Ultimately, she needs the final 1, 2, 3, but another one along the way ain't gonna hurt. Cover on Sky. Thought that might have did it after all the damage that's been done to Io. But credit where it's due. The Genius of the Sky still into this. Meanwhile, Baszler, look at the torque on the back of Raquel Rodriguez. The knee right into the lower spine. Raquel has got to be hurting right now. Submission hold locked in by the Queen of Spades. It's what she does best. But there's a counter by Raquel. Goes for the lariat. Not too much behind it. Not able to connect. Now Io back into the ring. All three of these women trading momentum. There's an air raid crash by Io Sky. Gotta wonder what is it gonna take to get the next elimination in this matchup. It's been a few minutes since Candice LeRae was sent to the back. Now Shayna, Io, Raquel, all looking to take down the Queendom of SmackDown. Baszler back inside the squared circle while Io is down and out. Raquel Rodriguez looking to take advantage. Baszler slid back into a waiting monster. See Io Sky still stirring on the outside. Gotta give credit where it's due. We've talked about the rise slowly but surely. Io waiting for that breakout moment on the blue brand. So far looking so good tonight. Wait a minute. Look at Raquel pop up. And another Tejana bomb to Io Sky. That'll do it.
Io Sky has been eliminated.
Io Sky eliminated. Raquel with back-to-back pinfalls, but we are down to 2, and Shayna Baszler looking to inflict massive punishment on Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel looking for a star-making performance tonight at Survivor Series. She pinned Candice LeRae, pinned Io Sky with back-to-back Tejana bombs, but can she take down the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler? Baszler using that steel chair, trying to take out Raquel, but unfortunately for her, there is still the wheel spinning on Raquel Rodriguez. To the middle rope she goes, and down she goes to Baszler. Man, if this match doesn't show you how much these women want to become the face of SmackDown as the Women's World Champion, I don't know what effort and results will. Tilt-a-whirl into the cover. Baszler is still alive, and you got to give credit to the Queen of Spades as well. Some of that intestinal fortitude and being able to survive in the early moments and make it to deep waters in championship matches is what has brung Baszler success, especially throughout the summer of this year. Wait just a second. Caught Raquel off guard. Karafuda clutch locked in. Raquel Rodriguez in deep, deep trouble. Shayna Baszler has won the championship, the WWE Women's Championship to be exact. Earlier this year at King of the Ring. Can she win another piece of hardware? Tapping out Raquel in the Garden. Raquel's holding on. She's got to break this hold. throwing elbows. She's still alive. She gets Baszler off her back. What performance, what guts out of Raquel Rodriguez. If Raquel can come back and have a clean sweep in this match, then the streets of New York will know the name of the Women's World Champion, which could possibly be Raquel Rodriguez. How much is left in Raquel after those Karafuda? Oh, wait a minute. The Karafuda clutch was locked in moments ago. Baszler going back to the well. Raquel Rodriguez survived, but can she do it for a second time? Baszler stranglehold on the challenger. And Raquel Rodriguez no choice but to tap out. Shayna Baszler may have had a stump in the road, but the Queen of Spades takes back her throne at the top of the SmackDown Queendom. Well, a hell of a performance by these four women, but at the end of the day, only one could leave as the Women's World Champion, and the championship belongs to the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Here is your winner and new WWE Women's World Champion, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Congratulations to the new champion, but we will turn our focus to the Monday Night Raw main event. Tommaso Ciampa outlasted the Deadly Games Eliminator and now gets the biggest opportunity of his career. It's Tommaso Ciampa versus the visionary Seth freaking Rollins for the WWE Championship. In the chaos of the Raw locker room, amidst hungry competitors vying for their shot, Bobby Lashley had emerged as the #1 contender after a war with Brock Lesnar. However, fate had different plans, and battle scars from the Beast, combined with a brutal assault from Solo Sikoa, left Lashley sidelined with injury. His loss of contendership opened the door for a waiting line of superstars eager to make their mark. Stepping into the void, 6 men were given a golden opportunity in the Deadly Games Eliminator. In a fierce Saturday night fight in Milwaukee, Tommaso Ciampa clashed with the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, standing victorious as the rightful #1 contender. Ciampa, a force to be reckoned with, has been on a relentless rise throughout the year, defeating some of the best and earning his chance at immortality. But standing in Ciampa's way is Seth freaking Rollins, a man who has been perched atop whichever brand he finds himself on in 2023. Gold continues to find its way around Rollins' waist, and victories follow suit. Rollins looks to etch his legacy in stone, yet he faces a formidable adversary in Ciampa, a Blackheart willing to stop at nothing to tear down the visionary. Rollins, relentless in his pursuit, seeks to continue writing his legacy, but in Tommaso Ciampa, he faces a force that refuses to be denied. As these two warriors prepare to collide at Survivor Series, the stage is set for an epic collision between an architect of destiny and a Blackheart with glory on his mind. New York City awaits as these two fighters prepare to collide at Survivor Series. Will Rollins continue his reign as champion, or will Ciampa prove that his Blackheart is the key to toppling a king? We find out at Survivor Series, where legends are made and only the strongest survive.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship.
It is the Monday Night Raw portion of the main event tonight at Survivor Series, and the WWE title is on the line in MSG. The #1 contender, the Blackheart, seeks a new Goldie around his waist as he walks down the aisle to the biggest match of his career. The King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, the Harbinger of Doom, Karrion Kross, the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, all bodies that Ciampa left by the wayside in his pursuit of the WWE title. Ciampa might have come up short in the tag team main event on Raw, but 2 weeks ago laid out Seth Rollins with a fairy tale ending. Will tonight be a fairy tale ending to this Cinderella story here at Survivor Series? Tommaso Ciampa has been on the rise, week after week, month after month, scratching and clawing for this inevitable opportunity. But we cannot discount the man who stands across the squared circle from Ciampa tonight. The revolutionary, the visionary, the WWE Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins has had a career year, if I say so myself. Was World Heavyweight Champion walking into 2023. Had a stump in the road when he lost that title at WrestleMania. Rollins was drafted to Raw. Certainly made a few enemies along the way, but ultimately won the Money in the Bank in July and wasted little time cashing it in 1 month later at SummerSlam. Rollins was the WWE Champion. He defended it successfully, first at Unforgiven and then at Clash of the Castle both times against Sheamus, and now rolls into this matchup against Tommaso Ciampa. You gotta wonder what Rollins' psyche is being watching the chaos of Raw play out, as so many opportunities were given to superstars to seize the moment and seize this title matchup tonight. But Tommaso Ciampa, the sole #1 contender, and can Ciampa be the one to take down the visionary tonight in the Garden?
Introducing the challenger from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds, Tommaso Ciampa. And his opponent from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
Certainly a big fight feel in the world's most famous arena. That WWE Championship has changed hands many a times in these hallowed halls. Will it change hands here tonight? Seth Rollins handing over one of the most prestigious prizes in this industry, and Tommaso Ciampa looking at what could be his ultimate prize here tonight. Tommaso Ciampa, Seth Rollins, 2 Monday Night Raw All-Stars set to clash in one half of your main event. The bell has sounded and we are underway. As we mentioned, Ciampa laying out Rollins with not one but 2 fairy tale endings recently on Monday Night Raw. Rollins and Karrion Kross getting the victory over Ciampa and Sheamus this past Monday night. Not a situation where Ciampa's shoulders were pinned to the mat, but you gotta wonder if that affected the momentum and the psyche of Tommaso coming into this thing. All remains to be seen at the end of the day. When push has came to shove and Ciampa has fought for his own, he has been nothing short of successful over the last few months. We've seen him in wars with Solo Sikoa, Karrion Kross, among others, and Ciampa has come out on the other side as a victor. But Seth Rollins, as we mentioned, no matter the brand he has been on, whether it's been SmackDown or Raw this year, has found himself in the main event with gold around his waist, and Rollins not looking to let up on his position in the spotlight just yet. Very interesting situation, as Seth Rollins has been here in these type of main events before with a WWE title on the line. Tommaso Ciampa needs to avoid mistakes like that, miscalculating strikes, and not getting overzealous in this such monumentous clash for him here this evening. Make no mistake about it, Tommaso Ciampa has main evented some big time shows over the years here in WWE. One of NXT Black and Gold legends, dare I say so myself. Former NXT champion. This time last year, Ciampa walked into Survivor Series and retained his Intercontinental Championship at the time. But can he survive tonight and take down Rollins for the WWE title? Ciampa's worked so hard, scratched and clawed like we mentioned, surviving the Deadly Games Eliminator, all for tonight's opportunity. And Seth Rollins just trying to beat out the hopes and dreams of Ciampa. Looking to remind Tommaso Ciampa that this is not going to be a fairy tale ending that he so prays for. Seth Rollins does things his way. He does not associate with many of the Monday Night Raw locker room stars. Rollins is his own man, his own superstar. A level of his own in his mind. And Rollins out to prove exactly why once more tonight. You got to give credit where credit's due. You may not like the attitude of Rollins. He may be smug, he may be egotistical at times, but he produces results. A war with Sheamus and Unforgiven in September. Rollins got the 1-2-3 as clean as could be. Last month at Clash at the Castle, some can speculate whether Sheamus lost that match or was he simply beaten by his own anger and frustrations. Nonetheless, though, Rollins still left Cardiff with the championship, but Tommaso Ciampa seeks a different result here tonight. Awesome strikes by Ciampa, mounting the offense level by level. Discus lariat only took Rollins down momentarily, and a Michinoku driver by the champion. This is, of course, the Monday Night Raw portion of your main event. Still a World Championship match from SmackDown to come. Now Rollins looking to knock Ciampa off the apron. Ciampa looking to survive that misstep. Oh, look at this. Now grabbing a hold of Rollins and snapping him on the top rope. Ugly landing for Seth that time. Now a game of cat and mouse being played between champion and challenger. Ciampa getting the best of it. Rollins miscalculating his steps there. Getting thrown to the barricade as Tommaso Ciampa seeks championship glory here tonight. Oh man, air raid crash on the outside. That hurts inside the ropes. It's gonna hurt even worse outside the ropes. Ciampa back inside, not looking to stay for a warm welcome on the outskirts of the ring. Got to get things done in between the squared circle tonight. Another air raid crash into the cover to win the gold, not just yet. Very smart by Ciampa though. First the air raid crash on the outside, then doubled up with it on the inside where he could try for a pinfall. However, Seth Rollins is still alive. Tommaso Ciampa knows he cannot win the championship via countout. Not looking to stay, as we mentioned, on the outside for too long, where Rollins has that championship advantage. If you know one thing about Seth, he is not afraid to take advantage of said advantage in any sort of situation. Right now, Rollins just trying to look to get back into this thing after Ciampa mounted some huge offense a few moments ago, but Rollins giving it right back to him. Ripcord knee to the jawline. The WWE Champion. This is one thing about Seth Rollins, is a flip of the switch, one maneuver, one strike, and he can completely change the tides in a championship matchup. One of the reasons why Rollins is so dangerous, and one of the reasons he has held such a top position here in the WWE, in the spotlight, almost year after year. Especially you look at Seth Rollins, and it's been well documented. He did not have a 2022 last year that he so would have liked. This year has really been a comeback year. Rollins wasn't even on the Survivor Series card 12 months ago. And I think after this maneuver, I don't think we're going to be seeing Tommaso Ciampa on any cards if this keeps up. German suplex from the top and delivers an elbow right to the gut. Tommaso Ciampa kicks out. Rollins starting to get frustrated, which he cannot allow. Man, what a combination by the Visionary. German suplex sending Ciampa for a ride. An elbow, goes for the frog splash, but Tommaso Ciampa had it scouted. I'm sure the challenger did hours on hours worth of homework on Seth Rollins' arsenal, trying to come into this championship match prepared tonight. Rollins now on the retreat, as Tommaso Ciampa starting to get the gears spinning in this match. Ciampa full head of steam, big time knee on the outside, something Ciampa has used time and time again throughout his climb on Monday Night Raw. Remember, Ciampa was in that same Money in the Bank match back in July that Rollins took down the briefcase. An opportunity that could have gone Ciampa's way went to the Visionary. I bet that stung that night all the months ago at Money in the Bank. And I bet that's something Ciampa has not forgotten leading into this contest tonight at Survivor Series. Ciampa with Rollins. Oh, man. Oh, man, what a backbreaker. On the knee brace as well. And Rollins kicking out. New York City coming unglued. This is awesome between Ciampa and Rollins. What a emphatic backbreaker to Seth Rollins moments ago. Slingshotted off the ropes and right down the knee. And Ciampa trying to follow it up with Seth Rollins. Sense of urgency there to the champion that time. Rollins not trying to allow that offense to stack up as Ciampa was starting to get rolling. And look at this, Seth! Speaking of getting rolling. And now a cover by Rollins. And Tommaso Ciampa survives again. And Seth Rollins continues to get frustrated. Every time Ciampa kicks out, Rollins is getting more and more angered within. And that's something he cannot allow. He's got to do just what we saw moments ago. Somersault plancha to the outside. Continuing the beatdown on the #1 contender. Tommaso Ciampa eating a knee right to the skull. Now Rollins turning the tides on the Blackheart, sending him back inside the squared circle. Rollins looking for an emphatic victory as he heads to the top, hits another elbow drop, and that may be all she wrote to retain his WWE title. Tommaso Ciampa still alive. A lot of near falls in this matchup thus far, and especially for the champion trying to retain his title. Tommaso Ciampa somehow still in this matchup, but obviously is starting to hurt as we are in deep waters here, and Ciampa has felt a lot of the best offense out of Rollins. Oh no, what has Rollins got in mind? Wait a minute! Curb stomp! Elevation delivered to Ciampa! No, the #1 contender still alive. How? How in the hell? The surgically repaired neck of Tommaso Ciampa absorbing barely that curb stomp, and somehow the Blackheart is still pumping. Tommaso Ciampa is still in this matchup. Rollins is in disbelief, and now he begins to throw any means necessary at the #1 contender. And now what? Seth Rollins resorting to any means necessary again, as we mentioned, trying to go for the crossface. Not watching his ring awareness, and Rollins is getting frustrated. He cannot believe that Tommaso Ciampa kicked out of that curb stomp. Kick to the gut, could have been going for a pedigree. Tommaso coming alive. Powerbomb. Tommaso Ciampa, his will to succeed, his will to come out of the biggest match of his career as the new WWE Champion here in Madison Square Garden is driving him. Adrenaline pumping through the veins, surviving, not thriving. Seth Rollins looking to crack the momentum, expose Tommaso Ciampa tonight. Back to the top, but that has been a detriment on and off to Rollins. A missed elbow drop, and Ciampa takes advantage. Tommaso may have kicked out of the curb stomp, may have absorbed all that offense momentarily, but how much is left in the #1 contender? Tommaso's gotta be hurt, and that's a surgically repaired neck of Tommaso Ciampa that years ago forced him to relinquish the NXT Championship. If he could survive everything Rollins has dished out, he may be leaving with the WWE Championship. Off the middle buckle this time, trying to create some distance. Rollins a little far out. Oh man, missed collision. Close call there. Rollins better be thanking his lucky stars. Tommaso Ciampa knocked down. Rollins kick to the chest. We have seen him win matches in the past with that maneuver. And will it deliver the 3 that he so hopes for? Not just yet. Man, this is what the WWE title is all about. What a magical night it has been here at Survivor Series. New York City, Madison Square Garden. Moments are being made, legends are being created. Tommaso Ciampa looking to etch his name in the annals of history tonight and become the new WWE Champion. Rollins down momentarily. Ciampa back up to a precarious situation. And delivers the middle buckle DDT he was hoping for moments ago. And now into the cover to win the gold. He's gonna have to try a little harder as Seth Rollins still is alive in this contest. Now look at the dead weight of Rollins. That shows you the exhaustion as he gets sent over the top rope. But Ciampa hot on his tails. Soaring through the sky, taking out Rollins. Willing to throw caution in the winds and the means of success. On the outside, Seth Rollins dazed, Seth Rollins confused, rolled inside the ring, not by will but by force of the #1 contender. Ciampa unloading with strikes, lefts and rights. Rollins with absolutely no way to get out of this right now. Back up against the wall as the challenger has his foot on the gas pedal. Hoisting the champion up in the air. Oh man, almost a jackknife powerbomb by Ciampa. Reaching deep in the arsenal to try to throw Rollins off his game and put the exclamation point on this contest. Rollins, however, still alive. How much does Ciampa have left? How much does Rollins have left? Who is going to get that one final blow and leave with the WWE title? It's been a hell of a matchup on both sides of the ring, make no mistake about it. Counter by Rollins. Tommaso Ciampa on roller skates, set into the corner again. Wait a minute, Rollins going back to the well with a second elevated curb stomp. And that'll do it. An amazing effort by Tommaso Ciampa tonight. How he kicked out the first time, a story we will never know the end to. But Seth Rollins tonight, delivering not one, but two, emphatically delivered. Curb stomps off the middle buckle, and it keeps down the Blackheart Tommaso Ciampa. No fairy tale ending to this story.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
Well, make no mistake about it. Like him or not, Seth Rollins has put his name in the absolute legends of Madison Square Garden tonight. Rollins etching his name in the annals of history and retaining his WWE title tonight at Survivor Series. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it is the SmackDown main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Ring General, Gunther, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. It is main event time, live here at Survivor Series.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
It is main event time in Madison Square Garden. The challenger approaches. The Ring General, Gunther, the #1 contender. The man who just a few weeks ago laid Drew McIntyre out on his own home soil in Glasgow, Scotland. Message was sent that night, and he was upped, and tension certainly rised between the champion and the challenger. A brawl ensued just 48 hours ago on SmackDown. McIntyre got the best of Gunther in the end. A Claymore kick, laying out Gunther inside the squared circle, but one battle does not equal tonight's war. This will no doubt be the toughest test in Drew McIntyre's World Championship reign yet. A man who has only suffered one loss since December the 9th of last year when he debuted on SmackDown. Gunther is in to give McIntyre the fight of his life for the big gold belt. dare I say the superstar of 2023, the Scottish Warrior, this fire-breathing son of a bitch, the World Heavyweight Champion, Drew McIntyre. Elimination Chamber equaled victory. The main event of WrestleMania put the gold around the waist of McIntyre. And ever since that night, on Saturday, February the 25th, earlier this year, McIntyre has retained the gold over John Cena, Braun Breaker, Edge, Randy Orton, Austin Theory, AJ Styles. But can McIntyre get through the Ring General in Gunther here tonight at Survivor Series? 267 days, the big gold belt has been around the waist of the Warrior, and McIntyre has proudly waved the flag of Friday Night SmackDown. Will that reign continue forward, or is his kryptonite looming at ringside in the #1 contender? Dare I say, one of the biggest main events in Survivor Series history, one of the most anticipated matches ever to take place in these hallowed halls. It is your Friday Night SmackDown main event, Sunday night, November the 19th, 2023, New York City, Madison Square Garden. This is Survivor Series, and the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line.
Introducing the challenger from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 297 pounds, Gunther! And his opponent from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
The stage is set for your main event. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Drew McIntyre hands over the gold, and will he hand it over for the very last time? 267 days as champion, but will it be and counting, or will that man Gunther end this historic reign tonight? We are underway here at Survivor Series, and Gunther trying to come hot out of the gate with the drop kick as this World Championship main event has kicked off. I expect a fire under both of these men to get the advantage early on and set the tone for this main event collision. McIntyre looking to inflict some major punishment in the early moments with a submission hold locked in on the ring general Gunther. McIntyre, smart as a whip. No, he wasn't going to get the victory, but trying to inflict some punishment. And there's the drop kick Gunther looked for after the opening bell. Look at these two titans, King Kong and Godzilla, clashing in New York City. This is going to be very interesting to see, as we mentioned, who gets the advantage in the early going, or if this is going to be a situation of back and forth momentum swinging. McIntyre has taken a beating in some of these World Championship defenses, and as we saw in the video package moments ago, he has made a championship reign out of rising like a phoenix. Just when you think he's down and out, hits a claymore, knocks out his opponent, and McIntyre lives to fight on. But I don't know if that is going to be the right strategy and the right way to get around a guy like Gunther, who is 18-1 since debuting on SmackDown December the 9th of last year. Oh, wait a minute, McIntyre going back to the well with the submission hold here on Gunther, trying to take out the arm, possibly take out the chops, the strikes, the power bomb. A lot of Gunther's arsenal coming from the strength. McIntyre smart to try to pick a body part and work on it, but Gunther trying to come out swinging. McIntyre avoids it. Look at the strength Oh no! Power bomb to the outside! McIntyre has his foot firmly placed on the gas pedal and is coming at this matchup 100 miles an hour. And that's exactly what you gotta do against the ring general Gunther. I do not fault Drew McIntyre for coming at this matchup full head of steam. You were in there with one of the toughest men to ever step foot inside a SmackDown ring. And McIntyre taking the fight to Gunther on the outside. This has been advantage Drew for the most part since the opening bell. You know, it's almost an unintentional as McIntyre stomping out Gunther at ringside. It's almost an unintentional nod of respect. McIntyre recognizes the man he is in the ring with tonight. Recognizes that Gunther is as tough as they come. Former NXT United Kingdom champion for 870 days, you heard that correct. Defeated Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania earlier this year. Kicked off the United States Championship reign that led him to his one and only loss this past August at SummerSlam against Cody Rhodes. Oh, look at McIntyre just outsmarting Gunther that time. There's a cover by Drew to retain the title, not just yet. You gotta wonder who has the advantage in this matchup as well. I mean, Gunther 18-1. McIntyre has not lost since December of last year. McIntyre has been on top of SmackDown. 2023 has been the year of the chosen one, truly fulfilling the prophecy of his destiny throughout this year as the World Heavyweight Champion. McIntyre, wait a minute, oh man, big time counter by Gunther, scooping a slam at ringside. And the ring general ragdolling McIntyre momentarily, which is not something you see very often, but if anybody can hang with McIntyre in a power game, look no further than the leader of Imperium. And you know what? I got to give credit where credit's due. Gunther coming out here tonight without Giovanni Vinci, without Ludwig Kaiser. Realizes this is his biggest match, not only since joining SmackDown, but of his WWE career. And realizes if he's going to beat McIntyre, it needs to be decisive. However, Drew McIntyre not looking to allow that opportunity for the ring general. Nice counter by Gunther there, like him or not. Did his homework coming into this matchup. Has had some counters for some of McIntyre's best offense thus far. Some stiff shots. And you expect nothing less. McIntyre set to the rope. Snap German. Dropped right on the back of his neck. Kick out by Drew. Momentarily there, but obvious damage done by the ring general. Now Gunther again going to the well. Gunther not afraid of repeat offense, especially when he feels he has the momentum firmly in his hands. Will do anything he can to beat the hell out of his opponent. Oh my goodness. Almost an STO variation, on the outside. Now what does Gunther have in mind? Look at this. McIntyre powerbomb Gunther to the outside earlier, and now an eye for an eye, a powerbomb by Gunther on the outside of the ring. And if that maneuver took place in between the ropes, Gunther may be going for a pinfall right now, but elects to wear down this Scottish warrior. I mean, no disrespect to some of the names Gunther has been in the ring with, because he has been in the ring with some of the absolute best in this industry, from Cody Rhodes to Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio. But at the end of the day, this is Gunther's biggest challenge to date, no doubt about it. Same goes for McIntyre to be said. I mean, two superstars, two athletes at the top of their game, colliding in full force tonight as Gunther, my goodness, what a slam. McIntyre's trying to roll to the outside, create some distance. It's not often you see two guys like this at this caliber fighting it out for one of the most prestigious prizes in this industry, the World Heavyweight Championship that has been held by so many greats. The Nature Boy Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, The Rock. List goes on and on. The Icon Sting, The Undertaker, who we saw make a special appearance earlier tonight. Gunther looking to add his name to a list of legends here in Madison Square Garden. Crossface locked in on McIntyre. Seen some rare submission holds out of both of these guys' arsenals so far. Could be looking to throw each other off their game. Nice counter by Gunther there. And a big-time Death Valley driver. Laying out the world champion. And now on the middle rope, going for a splash, nobody home. McIntyre controlled the first few minutes. Gunther tried to take advantage. Now we're starting to see a little bit of a pendulum of a momentum swing. And McIntyre, holy hell! Belly to belly to the outside. Who other than the Scottish Warrior can send Gunther for an amusement park ride like we just saw? Man, these guys are throwing live rounds and using each other's bodies. Oh my goodness, as frisbees in this matchup, just throwing each other left to right. We said it earlier, this is King Kong versus Godzilla, and they are going hold for hold, strike for strike, throw for throw. And only superstars of this caliber, will be able to absorb that kind of punishment that they are dishing out, let adrenaline flow through their veins, and keep fighting for the World Championship. Speaks to the talents of both of these men at the absolute top of their game, the best in this business today. And Gunther cutting McIntyre off with that big-time chop, and now squashing the rib cage. Gunther just taking the wind out of the sails of McIntyre right there. Sending the champion right into the corner. McIntyre starting to be dazed and confused, to say the least. Fatigue starting to set in. These guys have really done a number on each other, and that's going to continue off the superplex, delivered by none other than the ring general. And Gunther, not electing for a cover, realizes that McIntyre builds off momentum like a kick out this late in the matchup, realizes that Drew McIntyre rises like a phoenix when it's back up against the wall. Gunther not looking to allow McIntyre that window of opportunity. There's a reversal there, and a big-time Saito dropping the champion on the crown of his head. Now Gunther on the tail of the champion. Not allowing any wiggle room right now. Continuing the offense on the outside, and wait a minute here. Gunther clearing off the announce table. 3 weeks ago in Glasgow, Scotland, McIntyre's homecoming, spoiled by the #1 contender, who's looking to repeat history tonight in the Garden. McIntyre with other plans, trying to avoid disaster, and a big boot by the contender. Gunther heading inside the ropes, breaking the count momentarily and taking a breath after a physical altercation at ringside. These two heavyweights landing Louisville sluggers on each other. Big boot moments ago. Now Gunther chasing down McIntyre, and the fight is on. A Pier 6 brawl in New York City, and I got wrenched by Drew. McIntyre looking to live to see 268 days as world champion, but he's got to get through Gunther tonight. McIntyre off the top. Oh my goodness, counter by Gunther. What a reversal there, and a backbreaker. Who other than Gunther is stopping the momentum mid-air like that by Drew McIntyre? And now, McIntyre's in trouble. Gunther going for the sleeper hold. This submission has brought Gunther nothing but success, but McIntyre not allowing, I don't think, a full clench. Breaking the hold momentarily. Not taking advantage, however. Gunther going for a German. McIntyre counter. Gunther now. The counter on McIntyre, and McIntyre cannot get going. Every time you see some signs of life out of the world champion, Gunther takes the rug out from underneath him. The ring general did his homework. Front, back, up, and down, has McIntyre seemingly figured out. Now putting the champion back on the top rope. Looking to send McIntyre's body into the wind once more. Oh no, look at this. Double underhook, and Drew McIntyre down to the canvas. Now up against the ropes and a big boot, and McIntyre's lifeless body sent over the top rope. McIntyre is in trouble. The Scottish Warrior, I don't think has ever had his back up against the wall like this. Gunther not even going for a cover. He could have easily brought McIntyre back inside the ring and tried for a pin. He might have had him, but the ring general continuing the punishment on the Scottish Warrior. We're still not done. McIntyre sent ribcage first to the corner of the Spanish announce table. McIntyre's in deep trouble right now. Gunther breaking the count. Clearly has something in mind on the outside of the ring. He cleared off this announce table a few moments ago. And the ring general has not forgotten. Oh, wait a minute here. Gunther looking to repeat history from McIntyre's spoiled homecoming in Glasgow, Scotland. Power bomb through the announce table. We may be witnessing the dismantling of the Scottish Warrior live and in living color. McIntyre sent through the announce table, and what does the champion have left? Gunther going for a cover to win the World Heavyweight title. Oh, not just yet. McIntyre still alive. McIntyre barely. You saw how lackadaisical the kick out was. Gunther going for a drop kick. McIntyre avoid. Somehow the champion still in this match, looking to do what he does best. Well, McIntyre got busted open at some point on the outside of the ring. The champion is literally seeing red right now. A triple suplexes on Gunther. Drew trying to do what has made his championship reign so successful. Rise from the ashes when his back is up against the wall and retain his world title. And McIntyre in the corner, sense of urgency out of the champion. Claymore, no, Gunther! Moved out of the way, Claymore misses wildly. And it's a boot to the already bloody skull by Gunther, delivered to McIntyre. Oh my goodness, and now the bare knees to the beaten, battered skull of the world champion. A short sign of life. But the Claymore kick, which was clearly a sense of urgency strike by McIntyre, realizing he is in trouble, failed to deliver. And Gunther is right back, seeking his beaten and broken prey on the outside of the ring. McIntyre unloads. Oh no, on the outside, big time German. With anything left in the tank, McIntyre is willing to risk it all, but Gunther just has McIntyre's number right now. Oh no, now what? Hoisting McIntyre up for another powerbomb on the apron. Oh my goodness. Swinging McIntyre like a Louisville swinger right into the steel underneath that apron. This is not good. McIntyre is in trouble. And now slammed up against the barricade. Gunther is still inflicting punishment on what may be the most weakened state we have ever seen Drew McIntyre in. Again, back body drop on the barricade. Gunther knows McIntyre has been in the worst situations and somehow survived, and he is trying to avoid that at all costs tonight. Gunther broke the count. He's not done. McIntyre is basically lifeless on the outside, and Gunther is ragdolling the world champion. Not again! Into the barricade for the third or fourth time in this match. McIntyre has got to find something within. He's got to dig down deep. He's got to kick into a second or third gear, if he even has it. It's now or never, because McIntyre has never been in more trouble than he is right now. A lariat just sent McIntyre's head into the 5th row. Boot laces to the back. Now Gunther. Oh no, oh no. Gunther going for the submission, going for the chokehold. A sleeper locked in. If McIntyre passes out, if he taps out, it all comes crumbling down. The Scottish Warrior. It's now or never to survive. 267 days and counting as champion is on the line. Gunther's got it locked in, but McIntyre breaks the hold. A reverse headbutt. Might have knocked Gunther out. Going for the cover. Almost had him there. Man, how apropos would have been if Gunther's own sleeper hold cost him. New York City in appreciation for Drew McIntyre's effort. However, Gunther is still alive. Surviving, certainly not in this case, is not thriving for Drew McIntyre. And he is down, beaten, battered, bloody, and broken once more on the outside of the ring. And Gunther, this son of a bitch, is not done. Oh no. Power bomb on the apron. Excuse me, on the barricade. First on the apron, then the barricade, and the spine of Drew McIntyre may be snapped in two. Gunther ragdolling McIntyre, sent inside the ring. And Gunther may be moments away from ending this legendary reign, or not just yet. McIntyre, somehow, someway, another reversal here, squashing Gunther in the corner. The champion's coming alive. Maybe we spoke too soon. A counter by the ring general, muscling up the champion again. And just ragdolling him down to the canvas. Look at Gunther, look at this animal. This late into the matchup, running full head of steam on a beaten, battered champion. And now with McIntyre in the air, breaking the shoulder of the champion. McIntyre's beaten, McIntyre's bloody, but is he broken? Gunther with a last symphony and into the cover. It's over. The reign of the Scottish Warrior is over. 267 days leads to tonight's ultimate demise by the ring general, Gunther.
Here is your winner and new World Heavyweight Champion, a
decisive, statement-making victory. Tonight in Madison Square Garden, a legend was promised to be born, and so was that. The 267-day reign of the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre has come to an end, in a broken, absolutely beaten, bloody fashion by the bare hands of the man we now call the new World Heavyweight Champion. The ring general Gunther has conquered Drew McIntyre and sits on the throne of the kingdom on Friday Night SmackDown.
Face on when I chase like that, yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise if you hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap. I'm a